Hello, good morning, and welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Denicia Pomaiji, and our very first story. Government says salary arrears, top-up payments, and ex-gratia obligations owed to public political appointees who served under the Akufo-Addo administration are among the factors driving the sharp increase in the 2026 compensation budget. It insists, however, that salaries for political appointees at the presidency have not been increased since President John Mahama assumed office. Speaking at a media briefing at the Jubilee House, Government Communications Minister Felix Kwasi-Ofosu said the current administration is operating under the same emolument and conditions of service it inherited from its predecessor. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbagba has more in the following report.
Government Communications Minister said salaries and benefits for political appointees at the presidency have remained unchanged since President John Mahama assumed office. He stressed that the administration has not increased the remuneration of political appointees by even a single cedi. He stated that among others, salary arrears, top-up payment, ex-gratia owed to political appointees who served under the previous administration account for increase in the compensation budget for 2026.
That's all that there is to it. And President Mahama has not increased the salaries of his appointees. Indeed, he has not determined their salaries. It was determined by his predecessor. And the law is clear. You can check the constitution. You cannot vary the conditions adversely against anybody until a committee has looked into it as prescribed by the constitution. But President Mahama says he will put an end to that structure. There will be one independent emoluments committee which is permanent and won't be set up close to the end of his tenure, which will determine the salaries and conditions of all public sector workers. Until that is done, this is the process that is used, as I have explained. Because everybody knows that in the final analysis, they took more than that. Let me repeat it. Ministers under the MPP, MPs of the 8th Parliament have all received, in addition to their ex-gratia, top-up of their salaries. How did that top-up arise? There's a difference between what is in the budget, which they took for the 4 years, and what the committee said they should be paid. And that has been paid to them. The only people who are yet to be paid are the presidential office staff, the political appointees at the office of the president under President Akufo-Addo between 2021 and 2024. I have told you that the finance ministry has indicated that they are processing that payment and they will pay. Once they receive it, they would also have received the top-up. So what they took with respect to their positions is the same things that people who work under President Mahama has taken in the same position.
Felix Ofosu-Kwakye also ruled out any wrongdoing in the award of contracts under the Big Push initiative.
4.58% of the total 1,441 road contracts awarded by the Ministry of Roads and Highways in 2025 and 2026 were awarded through the single sourcing process. 4.58%. Under the Big Push initiative, which is only one component of the total work being done by the Ministry of Roads and Highways, less than half, exactly 47.14% out of the 140 were awarded through the single sourcing process.
Well, we know that President Mahama has slashed Jubilee House staff to a smaller size in years, from 357 down to 233. But the cost of running the presidency is about to more than double. Government's explanation: the salary structure was decided before Mahama took office. Government insists that President Mahama has not approved a single salary increase, dismissing attempts to pin the controversy on the current administration. Minister for Government Communications Felix Kwasi-Ofosu says allegations that salaries have been reviewed upwards again is false. He addressed a news conference yesterday.
The president has said it publicly, and indeed it is in the committee that looked into the constitutional amendments report that an independent emoluments committee should be set up to look at all salaries relating to all public and civil servants in Ghana so that the disparities are removed. So President Mahama has said that he's not going to continue this trend. So he has not determined anybody's salaries. So if anybody goes out there to tell you that the numbers have reduced, but the monies have gone up, and so there's no use reducing the numbers, that person is dabbling in falsehood. It is uninformed propaganda, especially That's coming from MPP members. Now, what happens is this. When ministers and other Article 71 office holders are appointed and they take office, they are paid on account. Being paid on account means that your exact salary hasn't been determined, but you are paid what you came to meet pending the determination. So President Akufo-Addo's appointees who served between 2021 to 2024 and MPs, that is ministers, deputy ministers, staff in this office who are political appointees and members of parliament, what they earned from 2021 to 2024 was what was determined for those who worked between 2017 and 2021. Once the Dr. Janet Ampedufo-Fie committee finished this report and new conditions and salaries were determined, they became automatically entitled to a top-up, which is the difference between what they took and what the committee has determined. I can confirm to you that since they left office, ministers, deputy ministers, and MPs who served in the 8th Parliament have received ex gratia payments and top-up salaries, which is the same as those serving in those capacities today have received, especially in terms of salary. I hope you understand what I'm saying. They have received top-ups. That is the difference between what they took and what the committee determined they should be paid. They have taken it. The MPs include the 137 MPP MPs who were in the 8th Parliament, some of whom were ministers and deputy ministers. There is an outstanding arrears that need to be paid to the staff who worked at the presidency, who were political appointees between 2021 and 2024. The finance ministry is working on it. Once that is paid, it will be the same in terms of salary as those that are being paid to people who work at the presidency, who are political appointees currently. So when those same people turn around and come and tell you that the numbers have reduced but the figures have gone up, they are peddling ignorant propaganda. Some of them actually know. And yet they go out to say that, and you in the media are aiding that by failing or refusing to seek clarity and explanations for the documents that they present to you. And that is why it has even become necessary to address this. But for the avoidance of doubt, President Mahama has not added one CD to the salaries of his appointees at the presidency that he came to meet. And it must be placed strictly on record.
Away from the presidency, the maternity unit of the Elmina Government Hospital is calling for increased support to enhance maternal health care delivery, even as it celebrates a decade of partnership and assistance from the Ghanaian Women's Association of Georgia and the Rotary Clubs of Accra Airport. Marking the 10th anniversary of the unit's adoption of the GWAG, the midwife in charge, Antoinette Judith Annan, commended the contributions of the organizations, but appealed for additional support to address congestion and other operational challenges affecting the facility.
The president has said it publicly, and indeed this is in
10 years ago, maternal health care delivery at the Elmina Government Hospital received a major boost through support from the Ghanaian Women's Association of Georgia, GWAG, in partnership with Rotary Clubs of Accra Airport. Marking the milestone anniversary, former Vice President and current Ghana representative of GWAG, Eileen Conte, said the association's intervention was driven by a commitment to improving maternal and newborn care at the facility.
GWAG itself has been around for 20 years, and what we had realized was that there was a huge need for maternal care. So in our small way, we're trying to find a way to make the maternity birthing experience better for Ghanaians. We've done this for over 10 years, but what we have realized that we've given equipment from the south to the north of Ghana, numerous hospitals. But what we realized was over the time, we couldn't really see our work. So we have decided to embark on an adoption program. Elmina was one of the hospitals that we decided to adopt first. So this will be our flagship because we have Elmina and Oda that we picked up as our adopted wards.
The midwife in charge of the maternity unit at the Elmina Government Hospital, Antoinette Judith Annan, called for increased support to help address congestion and other operational challenges confronting the facility.
They brought 12 and the facility added the 6, making it 18. My plea is, since this place has become a referral center, even those from Cape Coast try to access our services, we are pleading that they will expand the ward for us, so that maybe we will get a place for medical cases, then a place for those going for cesarean section, then the normal deliveries too will get a place, so that the work will be easy a bit for the midwives.
The medical superintendent of the Elmina Government Hospital, John Asare Dazi Mensah, acknowledged the significant impact of the association's support over the past decade and appealed for additional assistance to further strengthen services at the maternal unit.
We are a government hospital anyway, but we need a lot of help in terms of equipment, phototherapy machines, incubators. We currently have 2 incubators, but because our main referral center, which is Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, is almost always full to 8 capacity, we almost have to keep all the very bad cases that should go there. And I think if we are equipped with proper equipment, we have the expertise to handle some of these babies and even the maternal health complications.
From Elmina, Abigail Lisol-Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
From the Central Region, let me take you to the Upper West Region. Don't just graduate with a certificate, graduate with the courage to create a job. That was the charge from the Upper West Regional Minister. A student of the Dr. Hillel Limann Technical University marked the start of SRC Week 2026 in Wa. The minister challenged students to embrace vision, discipline, innovation, and entrepreneurship, stressing that Ghana's future depends on graduates who create opportunities rather than merely seek employment. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
At Dr. Hillel Limann Technical University in Wa, the 2026 SRC Week is officially underway, and the message to students is clear. Lead with vision, discipline, and innovation. Our Upper West Regional Minister Charles Wongo Pozwin, speaking at the launch chaired by Dean of Students Dr. Chumasen Nanayao Dankwa, challenged students leaders to rise to the occasion and warn against negative conduct.
Permit me to acknowledge a remarkable development within this noble institution. Today, both the Vice Chancellor and the SRC President are distinguished women serving in positions of immense responsibility within an environment where leadership has traditionally been male-dominated. This is not only a significant achievement for them personally, but also a powerful statement about the growing opportunities for women to lead and excel. However, as the saying goes, to whom much is given, much is expected. All eyes are undoubtedly on them, and they must rise to the occasion by demonstrating visionary leadership, innovation, competence, and excellence in their respective roles.
The Dean set the tone for the week around 3 anchors: innovation, industrialization, and youth entrepreneurship.
To empower the next generation, Ghana must transition from old-style vocational training of hands-on to minds-on TVETs, of modern, innovative, driven, entrepreneurial TVETs that feeds directly into generalization efforts.
Student Representative Council President of the Dr. Hillel Limann Technical University, Nuru Diana, says the team empowering the next generation through TVET reminds students of their role as future job creators and problem solvers.
As students of a technical university, we are not only acquiring knowledge, we are developing practical skills, innovative mindset, and entrepreneurial abilities that will enable us to become solution providers, job creators, and leaders of change. Today, Ghana looks to the youth to drive industrial growth, create sustainable business, and harness technology to solve societal challenges. The future we desire will not happen by chance. It will be built by young people who are equipped, empowered, and
Minister Charles Pozuin also launched the new SRC Enterprise Red Cross Society chapter DHLTU website and debate in society by causing students to stay disciplined.
Also, I urge students to continue serving as ambassadors of peace, both on campus and in your respective communities. Let us reject acts of violence, intolerance, drug abuse, examination malpractices, and all forms of negative conduct that undermine national development.
SRC Week 2026 at DHLTU will feature academic, cultural and sporting events aimed at building unity, creativity and leadership among students. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Let's do some business stories. The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, says global crude prices will drop far below $80 per barrel once the U.S. and Iran finalize an agreement to de-escalate tensions and fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The projection follows a framework deal announced to end months of conflict and restore oil shipment through the strategic waterway, which carries about a fifth of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas. Dr. Riverson Opon is the chief executive of COMAC and has been speaking to Joy Business.
It is clear that we live in a dispensation where international, geopolitical, situations such as the war that you've seen affects the crude prices. And mostly so, looking at the region in question, where 6 major reserves in the world are located there. 6 most biggest oil reserves are in this part of the world. So, obviously, if this war stops, we believe that the market in terms of the supply and demand will recalibrate, and obviously vessel availability will also support the narrative. Insurance on freight and logistics will also come low, bringing premiums down, which are currently up as we speak today. So obviously, yes, we suggest, we forecast between 70 to 80 when this war is finally comes to close.
And the assurance you are giving consumers is that from tomorrow they should expect some reviews at the pumps, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and let me say this: the whatever you're going to see from tomorrow, it's not because of the announcement we are having today. Crude oil prices were already coming down. You understand? And it will go down more, so that in the next 2 weeks, when we come back having this conversation, it will be even further down if things go well. Please.
Also, Finance Minister Dr. Akufo-Addo has underscored the importance of the Côte d'Ivoire-Ghana Cocoa Initiative, insisting that the partnership between the two countries must succeed to safeguard the future of the cocoa sector and the livelihoods of millions of farmers. Here's more.
Speaking at the 7th ordinary meeting of the initiative in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Dr. Forson said the collaboration between the world's leading cocoa-producing nations remain essential in addressing common challenges confronting the industry. Dr. Forson noted that sustained dialogue and deeper cooperation should not be viewed as ends in themselves, but as tools for achieving meaningful outcomes for cocoa-producing communities and the economies of both countries. He added that the shared objective of improving conditions for farmers and strengthening the industry should continue to guide decision-making.
That's it for business. That's it for AM News. But don't forget that the AM show is sponsored by Shield Silicone Paint from Azar Group, Syntex Pipes, and Time Herbal Mixture. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we enjoy today's moment, remember to keep your body refreshed and your energy right with Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water. Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water. It's not just any water. It's natural and mineral rich that keeps you going. So, whether you're dancing, cheering, networking, or simply enjoying the moment, Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water helps you stay cool, refreshed, and fully present. So grab a bottle, available in 500 ml, 20-liter jars, and sachets. For bulk purchase or inquiries, call 055-22-50290. Now, Compu Ghana Gold Rush season is here. The World Cup fever is on, and everyone is getting excited. Compu Ghana says the match shouldn't just be on the pitch. You can bring the stadium experience home. This is the time to buy your crystal clear TVs, sound bars, home theaters, smartphones, laptops, projectors, and more at unbeatable prices. Remember, this isn't just discount sale. It's a chance to win a 100-inch 4K smart TV, cash, laptops, phones, and many other amazing prizes when you spend more than 1,000 cedis. So, rush to any Compu Ghana showroom or shop online at CompuGhana.com. Or you can call 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp on 024-314-3143. Compu Ghana Gold Rush season, the ultimate football experience. Now, own your dream property in one of Teme's fastest growing prime locations today. Yes, at Nesses Homes, we offer beautifully designed studio 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom luxury homes crafted for modern living, comfort, and long-term value. Strategically located at Tema Community 26, just behind Palace Mall, our gated community gives you a serene and secure environment, easy access to major roads and key business areas, close proximity to schools, hospitals, malls, and essential social amenities. So, reserve your unit today with just a 10% deposit and enjoy flexible payment plans and mortgage options. So you can call us now on 053-101-4440 or 053-101-4447 to book a viewing or visit us www.nestes.com.gh. And still about the football and World Cup, right? Because football is the biggest tournament that is on. And there's no better way to back your team on Betano. Sign up today on Betano and claim a welcome bonus of up to 2,000 Ghana cedis on your first deposit to enjoy the World Cup. Simply create your Betano account, verify your details, make your first deposit, and make a bet. So 18 plus only, terms and conditions apply. Please game responsibly. This has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Well, that's it for the AM News. My name is Innocentia Avinu. Up next, though, is sports. Enjoy the rest of the show. Have a very lovely Tuesday.
You feel like, why don't I just stop this? You know, because, why do I need to continue? But I say, sometimes the lessons learned are too valuable to stop. And so you say, look, I have learned all these things. I think they can shape it going forward. But this morning, I want us to do something. I want us to think about how infrastructure matters in agriculture, because for many people, Kojo, and you've been on the field all these years, driving to different parts of the country. Sometimes people would have to create roads to these farm sites. Why does infrastructure matter in agriculture? And when we talk about infrastructure, we'd have to break it down to the infrastructure that we're making reference to within the agricultural value chain.
Yeah, and I think that for our listeners, it will be good to say that today I am the guest because I'm doing it and I'm living it. And over the past 3, 4, 5 years, I have worked in key consulting roles that have seen me leading teams in developing infrastructure for agric, from roads to irrigation to warehousing, processing plants, and all those things. I led a team to build a a rice mill. I've led teams to build warehouses. We've built irrigation across the country. And I've traveled far and wide, locally and internationally, to see how infrastructure changes things. If you look at the general business environment, for example, when we talk about infrastructure, there's residential infrastructure, right, for our homes. There's industrial, and then there's commercial. And so industrial, the factories in Tema was designed to be an industrial hub. So road networks were built, water systems were built, housing for the people who work in the factories were built, schools, hospitals were built to support the manufacturing entities. So that was how Tema was designed. If you go to Makola, for example, it's a commercial area. It has roads, it has electricity, it has the infrastructure it needs for these things to happen. Now, when it comes to agric is an infrastructure-intense industry, but if you look at the data as we have it now as a country, we seem not to care about proper investment in agric. And there are about 5 different levels of infrastructure when it comes to agric. Number 1 is access. Networks that lead to where agriculture happens. If you look at a lot of the hubs for agric, we don't have proper systems of maintaining and extending the road networks to these places. So your typical farmer always has to deal with a lot of struggles to, one, get to the farm, to grow, and bring the food back to you to eat. I'll give you an example. If you go to the Suchari area, Akuse-Suchari area, it's currently about the biggest standalone irrigation scheme in the country.
Okay.
But there is no first-class road that goes to Suchari. There is no first-class road that goes to Akuse. A chunk of the banana that we export from Ghana, close to $70-80 million, the last time I checked, comes from that area, and that brings a lot of revenue to the states. In fact, the banana industries in that particular area employ not less than 5,000 people directly. But there is no first-class road to Suchari. There is no first-class road to Akuse. We talk about that's also one of the hubs for growing Ghana rice. There is no first-class road there or back. So the people there who grow food, they are practically on their own. We just give them peanuts and expect them to grow enough food to solve Ghana's problems.
Okay.
That is example number 1. So when we talk about infrastructure, roads, the government is building the big push, for example. We are told that there is some funding from World Bank to build roads to farming communities. It's the strategy to ensure that the last mile connection is established. So infrastructure, and every farmer you talk to in this country will tell you that roads are the bane of farmers. Because unfortunately, the lands close to the major roads and the highways, they are not affordable and available for farming. So if you will farm, you sometimes have to go 12 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers deep to be able to get land to farm. So a lot of our farm roads are footpaths, and these days, Nyaminsha China for bringing Aboboya. These days, with Aboboya in the system, we can actually ride to the farm and back. But the challenge it presents is that if you have to move bulk products, you have to go in bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. If you're lucky enough to have a truck, you should be able to plan to change your shocks and a lot of components on your car every month because the roads that lead to your farm are bad. So that is one challenge.
Hi there, good morning. Thank you for joining us on the review. And your Tuesday special, we've started. Usually the behind the camera is quite interesting even before we come on air, but thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're joined this morning by Dr. Bernard Tutu Boahene. He is a lecturer of political marketing at the University of Education. You find him at Winneba. And Kojo Poku is executive director, INSTEP, and member of the NPP communications team. Akufo-Addo is Director of Field Operations for the United Party, and Honorable Mohammed Bakhtalia is MP for Sisala East and also member of board. for tour. Now, this morning, we have a lot of matters arising, so much to discuss. But yesterday, we started a conversation on the killing of a young lady, 20-year-old Innocentia Avinu, who was a student of UCC. We spoke with the Director of Public Affairs, but here's an update from the police. I'll just put it on the screen for you. So, police arrest suspects for the murder of University of Cape Coast students, and the Ghana Police Service has arrested suspect Michael Mensah, aged 39, for the murder of Innocentia Avinu. The suspect was arrested by the IGP Cyber Vetting and Enforcement Team on 15th June 2026. It's about 19:15 hours at the Pedulori Station, Cape Coast, following sustained intelligence-led operations. Now, preliminary investigation has revealed that on 11th June 2026, at about 18:48 hours, the suspect, who claims to be a teacher by profession but also works as a driver, picked the deceased from Ayensu Plaza within the University of Cape Coast UCC hostel enclave and took her to Hatchland Beach, where she was last seen. Investigations continue and further development will be duly communicated. Before we get to the matters that we have tabled for discussion today, let me just take our guests, their thoughts on this particular development. Maybe I should start with you, Doc. Doc, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah.
Good morning to Honorable. Good morning, Kwedo. Good morning, Hussein. It's quite unfortunate, though. I think that this issue of killings, death being recorded on our campuses across Ghana, is quite worrying. And I think that since 2020, a number of deaths related to students at the tertiary level, has been increasing. And I feel that it's so bad, and it is something that I think that the university authorities, parents, government must work towards it. When we look at what happened at KNUST, basically the young man was arrested because of cameras that were there, and that was a good thing that KNUST management have done. This particular one, we heard, upon discussions with some of my colleagues at UCC, what I hear is that she came back from lectures and then had a call, went out without even telling the roommates where she was going and who she was going to meet. And with a call, she just changed her dress and then went out. The next thing was that, she was found dead at the beach. It also calls for that kind of public, vigilance. And beyond that, I think that parents have a larger role to play when it comes to the kind of behaviors that we as lecturers are seeing on our various campuses. I can say for a fact that some of the students get to universities, with that kind of freedom, to exhibit so much behaviors that are very unspeakable. And you tend to wonder why students would be involved in such behaviors. Sometimes you are tempted, to go your way to find a way to discipline, students. But the issue is that at the university, freedom is beyond limits. Because when you are even at the hostel on campus, you don't require an exit, you don't require anyone's permission, to move out.
Yeah.
Okay, that decision is left to you and to you alone. And so students choose to do things anyhow, without even having any regard for their personal security and probably the reasons why they are on campus. Parents pay so much fees, to get you into school. The bottom line is for you to learn. But at the end of the day, look, they misuse the freedom that they have and feel that they are of age. So they take decisions anyhow. I mean, one of the leading causes of some of these deaths is relationship, intimate relationship on campus. All right. Though this one, we cannot say for a fact that she was going to meet a lover or something. Other ones, the one that happened at UDS, it was relationship. The one that happened at KNUST, relationship. The one that happened at UW, relationship. All right. So relationship, campus relationship, the intimacy ones normally, leads to some of these things. So the question is, why? Why? I mean, some years back, UPSA, the same thing, a taxi driver, caused a lot of, how do you call it, injuries to a lady whom he claims that he has invested in the lady, from secondary school up to the university, and now it has become a disappointment. All right. So I think that our parents, will need to speak to our girls and even our boys, right? At the end of the day, when a man invests in you and it becomes a disappointment, if you are not careful, a lot of things will go wrong. All right. But I feel that once people are advised from home, I'm not saying that parents are not doing their work well, no. In this age and time, when you have even working mothers who leave home early, fathers who leave home early and barely sees their children, all right, sitting down with them to talk becomes a problem. But if you also focus so much on your job, you focus so much on getting money, to provide without paying attention. Even if I can tell you for a fact that some parents will put their children in school, okay, even at the SHS level, and would never pay a visit to them until they come back home. For the university, it is just freedom. Parents don't even care because they feel that you are of age, you should be able to manage yourself. So it is about money. When you need money, they just mumu you and you are good to go. All right. But I can tell you for a fact that on campus, students face a lot of financial challenges. And I can also say that sometimes these are some of the things that will push our girls into some of these
having such a relationship. Let me come to Director. Yesterday, the former Greater Accra Regional Minister had said to me that he has so much confidence in the current Ghana police, and he is very sure that the police will find the perpetrators and then bring them to book. I mean, less than 24 hours later, we have a suspect who's been picked. What does this say about the Ghana police? One, and is it that these things existed even before I was born and now there's social media, so we're seeing a lot more of these cases, or it's just the world is changing, our society is changing? It just beats my mind how people are able to kill easily. I don't understand.
For First and foremost, let me just wish our Ghana Blasters well.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be the day.
Thursday.
No, sorry. Tomorrow. It's tomorrow or Thursday?
Wednesday. Tomorrow.
Yeah. It's Wednesday?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Tomorrow.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
So we wish them well. And let me assure all Ghanaians that.
Director.
Let me assure all Ghanaians that. Where there seems to be no way. That's where you see God. Yeah, that's where you see God.
Okay.
So people don't have confidence in this team. But I can tell you, you see the matches that have been played. They should tell you something.
Okay.
Let us all pray for them. Good. I can say that this is not a new issue. It has been happening. But we are not saying that it should continue. No. I would like to applaud the Ghana Police Service. In fact, somewhere 2018, I was in Lagos and I met a policeman there, Ghana Police. And I said, hey, what are you doing here? He said, oh, I've been tracking a suspect who ran to this place. Lo and behold, the next morning, they just called me that they've gotten the guy. So they are on their way coming to Ghana. Ghana Police Service has gotten to a point that you can only hide yourself small. They will get you. They will get you, come what may. Unless you leave the country. And if you leave the country too, they will be able to trace and see that, oh, you've left the jurisdiction. Are you getting it? So I will applaud Teto Yono. I knew him. We became friends 2012.
Okay.
Where after the elections, we gathered at circle, named this in Tahiri Square. And Teto Yono was a deputy regional commander. So when they were there, they were trying to control the crowd, and nobody was ready to listen to them. So when I see it, I'll just go down there, and then I'll just do a sign, and then all of them will move. It happened 3 times. Then he called me. So take my number, flash me. And then we became friends. Then he invited me to his office, and he said, oh, the way the crowd was listening to you, obeying your instructions, these are the people I want to be friends with. So that when I have a program control and you are there, you should be able to assist me. And from there, we've been good. You see, when it comes to operations in Ghana Police Service, I've been saying it. There is nobody who will say is above Teto Yono in terms of operations.
Okay.
When you are looking for a single policeman who has a lot of informants, nobody will pass Teto Yono. So he knows the system. And now, God willing, is the IGP. So you appreciate how he'll be working with other colleagues. Getting this suspect, I will not go into whatever, maybe relationship or whatever, no. And I don't think we should drive the conversation there, because as at now, we don't have the details, what actually happened. It may be that maybe a colleague, a student friend called. It may be otherwise. Are you getting it? So once we don't know that, I will not venture saying maybe he was going to a man or whatever. Are you getting it? I will not do that. So my point is that how Ghana Police was able to trace and then pick a suspect. Picking that suspect doesn't mean that maybe he was the one who killed the girl.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? It will not mean that. it may also mean that maybe he did it. Or will come when police finish their investigations. Maybe there are other accomplices that they suspect will lead for them to get them. So I will appeal to the general public that let us have a habit of maybe installing CCTV cameras, especially business areas. You know, Heartland Beach, the owner is a friend. We call him Ogwakoto. Everybody knows him. And anytime I drive to Takrade, that is my place that I'll stop and eat before I continue or come back. So let us appeal to the general public.
Yeah.
I know some of these things, where we have CCTV cameras, it's easy to get them. Like Doc reference KNUST.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
When you travel outside, it's mandatory. I have been to Israel, it's mandatory. You cannot build without CCTV cameras. You go to USA, every building you have. You go to Europe, most of the countries. We can also do the same, and it will help us ourselves. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
When you have the CCTV cameras and something happened within your jurisdiction, the cameras will help you to be able to. And then the moment the police get there, then they see that, oh, Joy News, you have CCTV camera. They will just come to you. Can you give us access to that? They will go through it and know actually what happened. So let us appeal to the general public to also start installing that. And then we appeal to our students. When you are moving out, at least you should go with a friend. Are you getting it? Go with a friend. Supposing there were two, maybe.
This one there.
Easy. No, when they are going out, they should go with a friend. I mean, you are in the hostel. You had a call. You had a call. Are you getting it? And you have your friend. Can you accompany me to this place?
That's the problem. Some time ago, and this is just on the human side, some time ago, when you are invited for lunch and you go with your friends, and the guys are angry. Why did you come with your friend? Then you pay for your friend and all of that. Now we have to go with our friend.
Okay.
Oh, I mean.
Or they should wait for us.
I mean.
Have you seen?
I mean, you see, going alone. These are some of the consequences.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? But what you are saying, you are going with a friend, doesn't mean you should go with 4 friends, 5 friends.
You should reduce the friends there.
At least one. And then you invite someone for a lunch and then you come with 5 friends. Hey.
It's for the security and safety of
it's for the security. But let's say I've invited you for a lunch and you come with a friend, no problem. Are you getting it? But when you come with friends.
The secondary school, Bole Secondary School.
I know North. So
you know North. Okay. Let me hear your comment on this police and the young girl who's lost her life. But as well, you can bring in the angle. I don't know if you have seen or heard about a video that's leaked between a teacher and then a student having sexual activity suspected to be. Yeah, it's disturbing. The way you have done your face.
No.
You don't like it.
The importance of cameras, so you know.
Yeah. And so maybe you want to touch on what's really happening in our schools, but you want to address the police first.
Well, I think that let me start by saying a very good morning to your wonderful gentlemen on the table here and you, the team as well. Let me extend same to the people of Sisala East and by extension, your cherished viewers and even listeners. I'm sure Director Hobson started by giving all of us hope. When we were young, we used to play football. And when it becomes tough, there's a song we sing. That's
right.
It's very important. And I'm sure all that is happening against Ghana in terms of visa issues, even the technical issue we face, 60 days to the tournament, we have to change a coach and all that. I am sure one time again, the spirit is coming to do it for us. But thankfully, government has been on the spot in terms of logistics support and all that. So I'm sure that tomorrow we are going to see a replica of a Brazil-Morocco game. What happened to Brazil by Morocco, it means that we have hope we can do. Côte d'Ivoire is showing the way. So we have the hope that we'll be able to do. The old people who do not support very much is South Africa, and I think that has been made clear. But
down to the point, I think that it's quite sad. It's quite sad that you could just see, I was just watching your screens and I've seen the beautiful lady, young beautiful lady full of life. For us to wake up one morning only to find out that her lifeless body is on the beach. Well, this tells about some of the things that sometimes you cannot understand. You asked a question, I think you were asking Director Hobson that, is it that now social media is exposing what has been happening? What has been happening? Or is it that it's a new norm? And I think that yes, it's a mixture of both. I think that social media is very much unearthing a lot of things that are happening. But also, we also want to agree that yes, in recent times, we live a life without taking into cognizance self-security or safety. And I'm sure, like we said, I don't also want to go into that kind of conjecture because we are told from class she received a call and she left. And whatever happened, and I listened to a bit of report that said that I think she left around 6:40 something. That's towards the evening. So it will mean like the one who you might have trusted so much, the one who called to be with the person, believing that you are safe in that person's hand, only to realize that this is happening. It's quite unfortunate. But what we can do, I think that getting a prime suspect of it is also very swift. We need to commend the police for that. There's one also narrative, and I think that we should be able to point that clear. This does not raise any insecurity on university campus, especially with that of UCC, because this didn't happen on the campus of the university. This is outside the campus. But what we can say at this point is that all of us, at least, especially our sisters and brothers who are in school, should understand that it is important for you to first and foremost take your safety first before anybody does it for you. So wherever you are going, if you are not very certain about the person you are going to meet, if be it for the first time or the second time, at least get somebody to be informed as to where you are going. The time you are meeting that person is so very important. Sometimes we trust easily based on the communications we have with people on phone, and we think that we can just be at any place at any time with them. It's quite difficult and it's quite challenging. So I think that we appeal to our young ones or our sisters and brothers in schools that we should begin to take the personal safety very seriously.
You'd at least send a location to a loved one.
I think in some directions, people even have some family
page.
Exactly. They even have a platform that everybody is connected to. Wherever you are moving to, they know. But we know as an adult, you might not like your family to be tracking wherever you are. But it is important that your life is first before anything that follows. So wherever you are going to, at least there should be somebody that you should be able to communicate to, or find out the timing. Is it proper? Because if it's in the night, I am sure Director Hobson spoke about public CCTV cameras, especially with businesses. But sometimes some of these things might even happen at a place that is even off because we might not
between the hostel and
we might
the
never
location.
know where that thing happened. We didn't know because we only saw the body on the beach. We shouldn't assume that or conclude that that was where the issue happened. So that's the painful aspect of it. What happened to the KNUST, very sad, but I think that we should begin to take this thing quite seriously. And on the campus of the Bola School too.
Let me even situate the Bole matter for you. And Kojo, maybe you will get the chance to as well address it when you're. So, alleged sexual misconduct. We can put the statement from GES on screen if my director is ready. But management of the Ghana Education Service has become aware of a disturbing video of an alleged sexual misconduct circulating on social media involving a teacher and a student of Bole Senior High School in the Savannah region. Management has initiated investigations into the matter. Pending the outcome of the investigation, management directs that the teacher is interdicted in accordance with GES rules and regulations. Management strongly condemns all forms of amorous relationships between teachers and students. The service reiterates its zero tolerance towards sexual misconduct and cautions all staff to uphold the highest standards of professional ethics and conduct at all times. Management remains committed to ensuring the safety, protection, and well-being of all students within the educational system. Appropriate disciplinary and legal action will be taken against any individual found culpable. The public is assured that the matter is being treated with the utmost seriousness. Further updates, when necessary, might be provided as investigations progress. So that's the update. Surely most of you must have seen the video. It's already circulating. But that's the update by GAS. Honorable, yeah.
It appears from the picture it's happening in the science lab. Yeah, I don't know what they were experimenting, you know. That's on a lighter.
Oh yeah, that's a science lab.
Yeah, it's a science lab. Instead of doing titrations. So yeah, but I don't know.
That's action happened there.
Yeah, it did.
That's not a biology lab.
Oh, okay.
Is that it? so that experiment couldn't have taken place over there.
That's why I don't know whether it's not a well-equipped biology lab or just a.
But you said that is a maybe they are
that's a science lab. I think that maybe normally at the secondary school that I under what we learn is just titration, trying to see how.
Normally those are the chemistry labs.
So that in the secondary schools, it's just combined. It's combined. It's not separate. Yeah, but on a more serious note, I think that this is quite unfortunate. Yeah, but I don't know. Do we have any idea about the age of the girl?
Not yet. Yesterday, our reporters were on it to at least know the age. It situates the conversation, but still has different legs.
Yeah.
I don't see how the age of this young girl will insulate both of them in their actions.
No, what I'm simply saying is that sometimes per our laws, once the person is below 16, even with consent, it's still seen as the
Of course, it is.
But now, if the person is 16 and above, you can only be talking about rape, but clearly you can see there's consent here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No, we didn't hear audio. The video. Have you seen the full video?
We didn't also see resistance.
Sorry.
We didn't also see resistance.
But we don't know what we don't know what he must have told the lady.
Are you alleging that?
We don't know.
It was under duress.
You see, when it comes to lady,
not
I don't think that should even come in.
No, for the video.
That Honorable is making is that the fact that you're a teacher and somebody is a pupil.
You shouldn't at all. I also hear people.
The age is very important because then if the age determines what kind of charges can be now brought.
Exactly. So those are
totally it can't be consent if the lady is below 16 years. Yes. There can be no consent.
Absolutely.
So if the woman is above 16, then you can be looking at different charges. If it is no more criminal but a civil matter. Because
I responded to Honorable because he said clearly there's consent.
No.
I mean, I'm asking the video.
I also made that comment looking into your face because we were both communicating ourselves.
Let me take my face away and make the point. Let me look here and make the point.
If you appear before her, I can imagine your sentences. So that is why, because I'm just reading it from your facial expression that no.
Yeah, you know that the dynamics changes. If it is a teacher and a student, she might be 18 years.
Isn't that what it is?
But it is, and I'm saying that.
The angle of
my teacher always my teacher that says, I don't want to fail. There are many legs of it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. The point Honorable is making about the age is very important.
Very important.
If she's over 16, then it's a civil matter. GES has to deal with it in the disciplinary.
Totally. But you heard Honorable. I'm responding to Honorable, suggesting that clearly the video looks like it was consent. That's what I am going. All right. Honorable, you landed. Let me go to.
The thing is that
yes,
I have been a teacher. I quite remember from training college, we had orientation. And we were told that, look, if you don't know, and then you have affair with a people, your license will be removed.
Will be withdrawn.
Are you getting it? So some of us, we took it. And throughout my teaching career, even when I see a university student, I see her as a student, so I don't venture at all.
Yeah, that's what we are talking about. There could be consent, but
the code of conduct for teachers. I mean, this one straight away.
Yeah, so I think you've come back to our issues. I think that's what Koji is trying to point out.
Yes.
Disciplining issues, but we are looking beyond the disciplinary. I think that's the conversation. Isn't the age, there's a problem. That's what I'm looking at. So I think we are all on the same thing. We condemn that act. We even think that it's not the fact that it's a teacher-student relationship, that shouldn't even have happened. But it has happened.
Yeah.
So how far can we take it? Can we be emotional over it, yet the law doesn't support it? That's the point I'm making. But I could see clearly that kind of emotions.
The law will support it. The law will support it.
No, this probably actually said ethical issues can support it.
But it's not criminal.
It's not criminal.
It's not criminal. If there's a relationship between a teacher and a
having
student,
affair at the
no, it's not criminal.
That place is a public place.
No, yes, but
it's a public place.
But what I'm saying is that, Hobson, there are things you can charge. What the point Honorable is making that we shouldn't belittle is that the age of the student is very important in this.
But Kojo, do you know that you park your car? You are inside your car.
If you want, we are not there yet. I don't think
he's trying to say that because still a good prosecutor can still find a criminal.
If you want to spread that argument, if you want to spread that argument, MFR, anybody who better send this video.
It's lower. If she's underage.
Honorable, have you seen the video, the full video?
No, I've not seen the full.
Okay, Director.
I've not seen the
Director, have you seen the full video?
No, that's fine. That's a different thing. But if there's consent,
Kojo, have you seen the video?
Which video?
The one.
No, I won't.
You haven't seen it. Doc, have you seen the video? Okay.
I don't think it's necessary to play that video.
We're not playing. No, we can't play. Hey, no, it's not gonna. Yeah, you have your bite on it. But because you have not seen the video,
no, I'm not even gonna comment on that. I think my comment really is on the UGCC,
the UCC
issue.
Yeah.
When Prof was speaking, he sort of put a bit on parents, and I don't think I want to respond slightly to that. Look, parents can be as strict, mostly in tertiary. Those that are very all over the place are people from street homes, because they are strict home. They are not allowed out, and all of a sudden they have freedom to do whatever. And they are people who normally knows their way around and are a bit street savvy. Kids who parents don't really keep them in. When they go to university, their act is more different from kids who are from a very strict home. Strict home kids, when they get to university, trust me, I have seen a few, and I think it's worse.
I'm one of them. I came out unscathed.
I never said all. I said some. The point I wanted to make is that, see, I think it's a two-way relationship. Tertiary university is tricky because it's tertiary university. The whole idea of tertiary is that students are not under strict control like secondary school. But I think in Ghana, the university should also do a little bit more. Counseling should be in place in the university. And we don't have counseling in Ghana in tertiary.
We do.
Well, I don't know the extent of it.
Yeah,
the other thing
tertiary
counseling.
Yeah, we do.
It's not very popular. Whenever you have.
You guys have counseling?
Yeah, so we have tutors for every department who do that. So if the case is beyond you, you refer to the counseling unit, psychology, counseling.
So it's very important. But I think one of the other aspects is that the numbers in our tertiary is also overwhelming the lecturers, and because right now, if you look at the student strength in our tertiary, it's huge. Right, and when I hear some of the numbers even in first year alone and second year, I'm like, wow. And the class numbers are also huge. So, but there is more people who are unemployed. There are a lot of our children who are doing psychology who don't have jobs. Okay, so I think the universities can go a step further. Ghana Education Service can look at that, and most of our unemployed psychology students can be employed to be providing counseling for smaller units in the universities. It's very important because, you see, we all don't know what people go through. And some of these things that my brother Hobson said that, take a friend. You see, we tend to if somebody comes to campus to invite you out of campus, minimum, if you don't know the person, if you know the person, your roommates know the person, or your friends know the person, by all means you can go out of campus with that person. But if you don't know the person, you are going out of campus for the first time, at least bring your roommates to meet the person, right? Yeah. That this is the person I'm going out of campus with. Some of these things we should teach our young ones, that it's really not safe out there. You've met the person come on campus, let's go out for this, whatever. Wait 1 minute, my roommate's here. Can I come with one? Or if not, okay, this is the person I'm going out with. So the person knows who you are with.
Yeah.
It's very important. The way at which there is that level of liberty. And I also don't want us to start doing some of the things that some of the universities are doing. in trying to restrict the movement and all that. Because if we do that at secondary and we bring certain secondary into tertiary, then we are not also allowing the kids, because from there, they are doing service, they are now on their own. So we should know how to now let the cocoon become a butterfly to fly off. We cocoon them too much. They will come into the real world and...
So who should teach these children? Because Doc was saying that the responsibility
it's a two-way thing. Students, but more the lecturers should, the university has a responsibility. We give the kids to them for 4 years to nurture them, right? And that nurturing should come with counseling. Because we take mental health very lightly.
Yeah.
We think everybody's okay. Not everybody's okay.
No.
You know, so those are some of the things that I think the school should look at. And mental health is a problem in Ghana. We don't address mental health, period.
And counseling should not be on demand.
No.
I mean,
yes.
There should be effort to make it.
Yes, exactly. Mandate, yes.
So you see,
are you getting it?
You see, Emiva,
yes.
You know, the whole thing, it's a serious issue that students go through. I mean, I have spent most of my adult life at the university. And with the little psychology that I have studied, I'm able to look into the face of a student, you know, to read his or her emotional states. I remember in one of the universities where I was teaching as an adjunct, I realized that one particular student, a female, anytime that she gets in there, her mind is off, totally off. So I devised a strategy. I speak, go to her, ask her a question. Then you realize that everything that you've been talking about for the past 30 minutes, she has not been able to get a single word. So what I did was to link her to the class rep for initial conversations to start. And because of the trust she had in the class rep, she started talking.
Okay.
And then the information got to me. After 1 or 2 meetings, she was okay.
Oh, that's good to hear.
You know, so you see, another thing also is the attendance. You see, people are from secondary. We all know these days the secondary is not like our secondary. 2.5 years in secondary school, right? This is the SS 2.5 years. That person is not dumped in the university. I saw a TikTok of a lady saying that parents should go to the hostels. Like my brother said, parents don't even visit anybody, right? They should go to the hostels and see the lifestyle their kids are living in school. Some of them don't even go for lectures, right? They stay in the hostel throughout and be cooking for boys and doing all sorts of things in the hostels, right? And these are not even, like I'm saying that they are going out of campus. So why is the students themselves, what they are doing in these hostels? So look, it's a big problem. And the numbers we have in our tertiary is now a very tedious task to put it on the student body alone to do. But GES we should look at tertiary again. Because look, we are bringing out thousands and thousands and thousands of material, which we can't use as workforce. Honestly, look, as an employer, right now, we have, when you're trying to employ and you conduct interviews, half of the materials that come for interview, you can't employ them. And it's not just having somebody go through university for 4 years. Now, they have notes on their phones. They don't have laptops. They just read. They don't go for class. So those that go for class will WhatsApp them the notes, and they read on the phone, and they go and write. It's real. Look, the tertiary, apart from these stuff going on in terms of students being manipulated by outsiders like
there are real issues.
Evil gentlemen who went in there. There are real issues that need to be dealt with. And everybody wants to put their head in the sand and pretend everything is okay. It's not.
Well, let's go to other. These two research conducted, one by the IEA and then one by Kojo's favorite Global Info Analytics.
Oh, who's that Ankwa?
Yes.
Oh, please.
Oh, what is he?
Mr. Ankwa, I called him out, the guy couldn't respond. Oh. Mr. Ankwa.
Maybe he chose not to respond.
He can't respond.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Ankwa can't respond. I've thrown a challenge out there, and I said it on this platform, on national television. Mr. Ankwa, anytime, any day, he should meet me. I will expose him. How? Mr. Dankwa. But I exposed him. But you've seen my video on him.
Why did the proof?
No.
In favor of Dr. Bawumia, you were pressing.
No.
You always said that.
I have done a video on TikTok. It's out there. I tagged him.
Yes.
I actually tagged Musa.
But what were you questioning him about?
I was questioning that his thing that he did where he said he has done an in-person nationwide regional interview.
And that the NDC...
A shortest... No, it was not the NDC one. The one that he said that he met people on the street is on TikTok.
Okay.
I was actually questioning his modus operandi, right? When he says he's done in-person, how many people is Musa Dankwa using to do in-person? Okay, how many actually staff, volunteers that Musa Dankwa have? So look, anytime, any day, he's more than welcome to basically challenge me. But I'm saying that Musa Dankwa, please, let's move.
Okay, the IEA has put President John Dramani Mahama approval ratings to 58, while Musa Dankwa says that it's even higher, 71. Now, interestingly, the previous one they both did, they were almost at the same level of their president's ratings, their approval ratings. But now, right after the IEA released theirs, Musa Dankwa also comes back and says that, well, no, it's the other way around. The IEA has, the ratings have reduced. It's to 58. His is to 71. Doc, let me start with you.
Started with Doc earlier.
Yeah. No, but I still want to start with...
Is it 71 to 73 or so?
There's for a rate, yes, in the region, in the range. I'm starting with Doc. Doc, this is research methodologies we're about to discuss this morning. So yesterday I had a conversation with Musa. In fact, not me and my colleague Kofi on Journeys today. One of the questions we were asking was the sample size, the locations. As well, he used a two method. He says he used in-person and an online. And the concern we're trying to get clarity on was, how are you sure that the person who answered online is not the same person you engaged in person? He says, well, you can't be too sure. Once you're doing a research and you get the sample size, you work with it and you believe what they say to you. But generally, the approval ratings between these two researchers, IEA and Global Info Analytics, Doc, which one would you take seriously?
Oh, is that a question you're asking? I thought you want to now ask why.
I'll go into the method.
I thought you want to ask Doc why Ghanaians are disappointed in Mahama.
No.
We want to question. Is the topic? Hold on. Is the topic the subject or the research? What
the research gave birth to the topic.
You can reframe the question and answer it the way.
Hang on. You see, because these researchers.
When Emefa asks me a question, I have to answer. But Emefa is talking about the research. It's not the subject.
Let me explain to you. Honorable.
You want him to set his own.
If he's read about lizards and they are talking about he can reframe it to
Honorable, no. Let me tell him why it is still the same. You see, because for the two researchers, yes. One says that the approval rating is high. One says that the approval rating has dropped. So I want to see which of the methodologies he is approving, and then we're going to that.
Glass half empty.
Yes, Director.
You gave us topics.
Yes.
Talking figures.
Yes.
Talking facts.
Yes.
Mahama rating.
Yes.
IEA versus Musa Dankwa.
Yes.
To reject what and accept what.
Yes.
That's the question.
So that's the question.
Your question should not come in at all.
The question is still on.
Why are you making it look?
I don't know why we are going to discuss Musa Dankwa and IEA when the topic is that somebody is president for 18 months.
But who brought the topic?
Are not happy with
but who brought the topic?
Don't worry. But me, for the first time, I brought notes. For the first time, I brought notes.
No, you always have notes.
So I've never had notes. For the first time,
Doug, let me hear you.
You see, this whole issue about research have different rings, right? It depends on even the poster or the researcher and what you want to get, what you want to see. And sometimes, if you are not careful, your dispositions, will determine the outcome. And if the question as to which one I can vouch for, it's not a straight answer. And so it becomes a bit difficult for me to say that I will accept this and reject that. Because I didn't do this research. And I don't know the modalities that they went through. And the interesting thing is that in research, a lot of things determine the outcomes. Sometimes even your ethical procedures can affect, the outcomes. Checking through the methodology, right, which is the first step of question that we were asking Musa yesterday, which has to do with sample sizing, the data collection methods, the choice of respondents. Okay, these are things that are related to methodology. When you look at the IEA methodology, it is strictly focused on policy.
Yeah.
So they were looking at issues regarding electricity, that is energy. They were looking at issues regarding
unemployment,
road, and the economy in general, right?
Yeah.
These are policy issues. And this line of question seems to be different from what Musa was also asking. So we don't expect them to have the same outcome results.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The choice of respondents is equally different. I'm not sure if the respondent that IEA used are the same respondent that Musa also
In
used.
fact, the size are even different. IEA used
I'll
about 1,000. Okay.
So the choice of respondents also vary. So we don't expect them to get the same, responses.
Mm.
And so when you do the analysis, obviously, that's why even the four of us seated here have different opinions and different lines of arguments, right? So the variations in figures and percentages, for me, it's not anything too strange. Again, the sample size. And one critical issue about sample sizing, all right, is margins of errors. The determination of margins of errors. And what I've seen is that their sample sizes have the minimum margins of errors. So 1,000 as against 8,700.
Mm-hmm.
8,700 gives you a range around plus or minus 1. You get it? And then 1,000 gives you a range between plus or minus 3. And which are all acceptable in research. So it tells you that they fall within the same acceptable, sample sizing. And I always say that, look, for research, some of us, we use even figures or sample sizes around 150, 200, 350, maximum 500. You are good to go. All right. And you can have that replication effects, that generalization effects, depending on what you've done right and what you've not done right. You understand?
Yes.
So for me, it is. But one thing about this polls is the items that are measured, the questions that are asked.
Yeah.
The validities of it and the reliabilities of it. I have checked IEA, it wasn't measured, it wasn't reported. Info analytics, it wasn't, measured and reported. And you see, questions when are thrown to respondents can make hash of it. I have to fail, so I'll fail. I don't understand, but the person is not here to, explain to me. I'll fail it. You fail it. You are gone.
You can predetermine the responses as well per the question you administer.
That one I've said it earlier.
Okay.
Okay. But when the question gets to the respondent, and let's say that it is an online question, questionnaire, and it gets to you, MFA, and I have sent it to you, I'm not there to explain to you But I always call you to submit the question, your responses. So you want to finish and then, so that you have your peace of mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you feel it. Sometimes even some of the questions, online questions, are said that you put asterisks there. If you don't feel it, if you don't answer, you can't submit. And it gets to a point where sometimes you
just want to fill in something.
Exactly. Probably you don't understand it. So that's why you need to check for reliability and validity concerns. All right. And when you don't report it, then it means that sometimes your questions are not even strong enough to merit the outcomes that you are giving out.
Okay.
Okay. And for me, you see, when you give these approval ratings, the key question is, what is the reflection?
That would be the final, that would be the question that you take your second bite on. But let me go to, Director, let me hear you. I mean, after everything and the numbers and the methodology and all of that, the key question would then be what Kojo has been asking, that how do people really feel about the person that is being rated and his administration? Director, let me hear from you. The methods, are you okay even with the sample size? IEA used 1,000, Global Info Analytics used nearly 9,000 sample size, but he used two approaches, online and in person. The IEA, however, when they collect the data, because their institution, it seems to stay a little longer before they conclude the findings. It means that the questions that were even administered could have been collected earlier this year or even later last year to arrive at the conclusion that they have to.
I think it was done in June.
Sorry,
it was done in May, March. Yeah, March.
March.
This year.
So the concern will be that at the time you collected and a few days after, a lot can change. So between these two polls, which one are you feeling confident about?
Oh, for me, I believe that we should take all. Are you getting it? If we're a party and you want to progress, don't poo-poo any pool that will come. You have to take it, study it, and then make sure you maximize your strength and then build on your weakness. But if you throw it completely, then you are in for danger. What I want to say is that IEA's pool drops president approval. Musa Dankwa one also raises it. And what is the point here? You look at the sample size. Are you getting it? That one alone should give you some kind of clue. Let's say in March, when IEA was doing it, and then he asked a question about electricity. That time, there was this kind of doomsaw within the system, where we had a problem at Akufo-Addo and all that. So just imagine the answers that will come. If I'm in darkness and then you ask me whether I'm okay with electricity, I will say big no. Are you getting it? But today, if you ask me that question, I will say yes, because the light is stable. Are you getting it? Yeah. So some of these things we need to look at it well. But the most important point is that both pools have put in President Mahama in a solid, approval point above 50%.
That is the beam.
Are you getting it? Supposing he dropped below 50%, then he has a cause to be worried. But from 60-something to 58, when we had the election, President Mahama got 57%, right? So if the approval rate is even above the percentage that he got, it's not cause to be worried. But he also needs to work on the IEA's one, where he's saying that he's dropping.
Yeah, by 9 points from their previous...
They need to look at those areas and work on them.
Isn't it normal that after a year of a new government, of course the honeymoon period is over, so people start to want to rate you on a much more tougher level?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that they need to focus attention on some of the things that they've, raised in the decision. But for me, I believe both of them. Are you getting it?
Okay.
the methodology may be different.
Is 1,000 enough?
Yeah?
Is 1,000 enough?
How can 1,000 determine 33 million? Are you getting it? Those who vote is about 80 million. How can 1,000 determine the... I mean...
But that's why it's a sample size, right? The character to represent...
It's research. I'm making the point. Are you getting it? 1,000 people cannot determine 80 million their decision.
No, it does.
It doesn't.
It's an inferral.
It doesn't.
It does.
If there's a fair representation of the 1,000.
You see, some of these things too, it's just a mind game, psychological. Are you getting it? Okay. Because once you say, oh, president is going up, tune people's minds there. Oh, he's coming down, tune people's minds there. Are you getting it? It's psychological. But I'm saying that, I mean, we are 5 on this table. And then we say that whatever we say is the whole multimedia. We represent them. How?
At the moment, here that I'm sitting, I'm representing the entire multimedia.
You are
representing NDC, the academia.
Yes.
And of course, the energy sector.
I'm just making the point that, let's say we are taking some decision here for multimedia. And then the 5 of us, we decide that, oh, let's go this way. Does it represent the whole entire? The moment you get down and then you ask, you get about 20 people who say, no, I disagree. Are you getting it? So that one is there. What we need to do is that, you see, the sample size is key. The methodology is very key. Timing is very, very, very key. And then the regional base. Let's say that I am doing this pool and I take maybe 300 from Ashanti region. Then I take 80 from Volta region. I take 50 from Northern region. And then 20 from Central. Just imagine, you can see the line where maybe I want to achieve something. You can see that I will succeed. I mean, are you getting it? Achieving that.
But that one too, based on the population.
That is where the biases come in.
Yes.
That's where we are able to determine biases.
Yeah. Yes. Because the Ashanti region is big, is it not?
It's not that it's big.
You see, that's why, you see, Hobson's issue, that's why it becomes problematic. And that is why sometimes you can even predict the outcome.
Yes.
Okay, because if I'm doing a study and I want a favorable response, based on my topic and my objective, all that I have to do is to go to respondents who will give me that responses.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
I want director to learn.
No. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's nearly the same.
Honorable. Let's say I have an institute. I want to do a research. And I decide to take maybe 200 from Volta region. And I decide to take 50 from Ashanti region.
And what are your reasons?
That's what we read. No, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the 1,000, how did they what was the proportion for the 1,000
in regards to political responses?
And then 8,700 of Musa Dangwa. What was
a greater number was online.
Are you getting
in regards to sorry,
please let's have director learn.
Just a minute. With regards to political responses, okay, we know the biases in terms of locations, geographical locations. It's as simple as that between NDC and MPP.
That's right. And then online one, I can decide to maybe respond to more than one. I have 2 phones. I can use Kojo and then do one, and then I use Yao to do the next one. Those who have 5 phones, they can vote 5 at a time. Right. The same person. Are you getting my point? Now, my point is that we should not have problem with the differences. That, oh, this one is down or this one is high. If you are concerned, make sure you take all together, study it, and then work on them. So these researches that have been coming, you see, and then let us also send a strong warning to the research institutions. We don't have only 2 political parties in Ghana. When they are doing it, they should do it across. Are you getting it? You people are the problem of this country.
Especially against UP.
They are the problem of this country. How can you do a research? You say we are doing a research for NDC and MPP. How can you do that? We have CPP, we have United Party, we have PNC, and all the rest. Then you just go and pick only 2 parties, and then we say we are researching. How can you get a better reason? a better result for us.
I think it's a very important point you have made.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need to tell them. Next time when you are doing it, include United
Party. That's a call by the director. But Honourable, how was the government taking these two results from the polls? By the way?
Clearly.
Which one are you concerning yourself with?
No, both. For me, I think that all of us here is also another conversation that is coming up. Before, we were even spending so much time to talk about spirituality and elections. That was what we were talking about. Somebody predicted this, somebody said this will happen. That was our focus. But today, we are using science to predict what elections. And science is about data. We are talking about methodology as per the IEA and then our global info analytics.
Yeah.
We are talking about sample sizes. We are talking about what the mechanisms they put in place. But clearly, let me come to this point. The fundamental point has been made by Director Hobson that in both researches, they said that the president, John Dramani Mahama, is still widely accepted by Ghanaians. The only contention here that we have is that one is saying that he's been increased by 4 percentage points. Another one is saying that he has been decreased by almost 10 percentage points.
Yes.
But even if you pick the IE, and you have the individual figures, if you pick the approval rate, the disapproval rate, and the no option rate, and you add the digits together, you see it's over 100%. Did you look at it from that perspective?
No.
Did you look at it from that?
Yeah. I think there's something.
Yes.
You probably may want to check. You see, when you look at the data that they submitted, yes. For instance, the job approval rate, which is 58. Okay. At a point in time, you'll be talking about those who gave the approval. Now, when it is referring to those who gave the approval, it will not start from the 58%. It will take it as 100% and begin to do the separations.
Yes.
All right. So that is where I saw.
Has my issue been killed? That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
So if you put the approval rate, which is 58.9,
yes.
right? If you pick the disapproval rate, it's 24 point what? 26 point something.
No, that's 28.4.
28.4.
Yeah.
Then if you pick the optional rate,
the undecided.
The undecided.
That is 12.8.
So if you add that, that's 100.1.
So what's the point?
Again, this is the issue. You see, the moment the point 9.8 comes in, see, if you don't convert them to the nearest.
It
becomes
Musa Dankwa had more than 100%. That's what he's saying.
No. That's IE.
So that is it.
I'm not excited. I'm just pointing out.
Because you are
I'm not excited. I'm just saying that somebody had Musa Dankwa had more than 100%.
No, IE has more than 100%.
I want to understand the point.
Yes.
Make the point.
IE had more than 100%.
I know. IE had more than
100.1.
That's
right.
So that's what
the point.
The point is coming from the 28.4. That is where
they should have rounded up. The 28.4.
Round them up.
Yeah, but it's 0.4. You can't round it up.
But the 0.1 is negligible.
So it means that we should look at it from that perspective.
If it went above 0.5, then we can round it up.
Exactly. So that's what.
But the 0.1 over the 100 is very insignificant.
No, it's over 100.
No,
over 100.
It's over 100.
Okay.
That is negligible.
No, forget about being negligible.
Why are we not discussing why Ghanaians are not happy? What are we discussing? Musa Dankwa, IEA over 100%. What Ghanaians watching at home?
Which Ghanaians told you they are not happy?
Because don't even invite Kojo here. Let me finish before.
0.1 puts a big question mark.
Let me clear your. So you see, whenever a number, a point, that is 28.4. The 4 is not up to 5.
5, yeah.
Cannot run it up. So it becomes 28.
Yes.
That's the closest number.
Yes.
Okay. But anything from 0.5, you can run it up.
Yes.
So 12.8 becomes 13%.
Yes.
All right. And then 58.9 becomes 59%. So when you put them together, it gives you 100.
Okay. So, but if it means that you have run it up. where you are supposed to.
That's why I said.
No, where you are not supposed to, don't run it up. That's what he's done.
No, but for research methodologies, the principle is the same.
It's even simple mathematics. This is simple mathematics, arithmetic.
Okay.
At point, when it's above 5.5, it's 1.
Yes.
Is that not it?
Yes.
When it's less, you ignore.
You ignore, yes.
But I also assume that when you are adding the points, it should be able to give you to 100%. If you add if you add Musa Donkwes,
the moment you pick, the moment you pick percent,
we can.
What he said, we should take a serious look at.
Let me make my point. Let me make my point. I shouldn't be the one doing this.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't be the one. I shouldn't be the one.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I shouldn't be the one doing this. I'm just saying it.
But in essence, yes.
What I'm simply telling you is that we are looking at methodologies.
Yes.
And I'm also telling you that to me, I think that both researchers have given a strong indication that president is accepted, widely accepted in this country, across the 16 regions. Even last month, I think Musa Danko came out with a research where he said that in the Ashanti region, I think that the party affiliation, NDC has lost some percentage. People went to town with it, already saying that we've lost credibility. But trust me, Musa Danko's research doesn't only like...
Have you had credibility in the Ashanti region all these years?
Of course.
Have you had a very institutionalized...
You see, NDC, in the general election, NDC has always targeted to make at least not less than 30% of the vote. Is that not it?
Yes.
That has always been the focus.
And you had 33.
That's not, at the point we were so confident that we wanted to go over 1 million. Even some people said 1.5 million votes. But 600,000 votes in Ashanti means a lot to NDC.
More than voter region.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So I am saying that Musa Dankwa, everybody depends on how you want to pick the information and look at or analyze. Musa Dankwa will point out even the number of MP people he has interviewed, the NDC involved. He says that he tries to be able to explain to people the methodology he has done. But people are wondering how he's able to interview 8,000 people within a short period. That has been the contention.
Yeah, but let's
has he been consistent? This is not a parachute.
But he's never answered that.
No, he wouldn't answer you because
why would he not answer? Why would he not answer?
Is it like asking the KFC man to
no? It's very important how.
That's what he said.
No, but wait, are you not concerned about double counting?
It's not about. I am telling you that.
In person 8,000 people. Very important.
Can you put Musa Dankwa to test as per the realities in Ghana regarding elections? Can you put him to test? If you were rating him as per his success stories, will you be talking about 80 or 99%?
That's a good point.
But that's different.
No, how is it different?
It's the same person conducting
No, there was a time.
Opinion polls in election is different from when you are coming to do what he's doing.
But he's talking about the researcher.
Talking about cocoa farmers being
No, because he's talking about the researcher himself.
Let me tell you, I am a rural MP. Musa Danko conducted research nationally, zero down to Upper West. Upper West, he came to Sale East and picked some about 3 constituencies. Marcos, he picked 96 people. At the time, people were angry with what? Commodity prices. But people will tell you that, but for the commodity prices that we are suffering from, your government is doing well. Ghanaians are rational.
Okay.
Don't think that you can tickle them emotionally and they will dance with you. No. We've seen a situation where people dance. I made a point here. Dr. Bomir danced in 16 regions and lost in 13 of that. Ghanaians are very mindful. They know what they're about. I told you that what Ghana suffered in the past 8 years that is not lack of resources, but lack of what? The deficit of what? Honest leadership. All that President John Mahama needs to tell Ghanaians is that be candid with the Ghanaians. Let them know the situation as which you are facing. Everybody knows that as a leader you face problems. How you deal with the problem is more important to Ghanaians. And clearly we are seeing issues about energy came. People went to town dancing. They saw that pragmatism came into it. So I am sure it's reflected. Today, as I'm talking to you, I am a rural MP. I know the biggest challenge once the rains have started falling like this is about fertilizer. It is how we deal with that that will give the assurance to what? To the farmer. So it's not about what somebody sees. No. So if you say Ghanaians are rejected, who are the Ghanaians? Are we not part? Are we not part? To have over 6 million people voting for John Dramani Mahama, you think it's a joke? It's not a joke. So I think that we are not going to sleep because Musa Danko said that there's an appreciation of what? 4% in terms of the previous one. We are not also going to sleep because IEA is saying that we've dropped from about what? Almost 9% for the period of what? December and May or June. That's not what we're going to do. We are going to make sure that the Ghanaian is put at the center stage of our leadership. And that's what President John Mahama has been doing all over. Okay. And I think that he's focused on leaving a legacy that have a indelible footprints that people can emulate. And that's what we are focusing on.
Concerning Mr. Dankwa's this in methodology, yes. 2 weeks ago, I met a student from one of the institutions. I will not mention the institution. Then, actually, he needed me to help with the fee. So we were talking. And I saw her busy on the laptop. And I said, you are talking to me? I said, oh, I am sorry. I'm doing something. So he was having the earphone, listening to some people. And then I asked, he said, oh, do you know Global Info? I said, oh, I'm working for them. I went further. He never disclosed whatever she was doing. Are you getting it? So a lot of students
the angle of biases are there for me.
As for the biases,
for instance, like he's running a research on potential presidential candidates for NDC. A lot of calls from my constituency. They will call, they will pick the executives and call, and they will call me. Somebody called us from Accra. We're trying to know who we should vote for.
I see. Okay.
So they are there. They are calling.
Well.
So the point I'm trying to know. Let me conclude. The point I'm making here is that both researchers indicated that acceptability of president is still top notch. It's still top notch.
It's not a concern that in between the time that the IEA had conducted their survey plus this current one, the drop 9%.
Let me tell you, even where President Mahama took this country from, he should have been deeper than this, but for the fact that he showed pragmatic leadership.
Okay.
Clearly.
Okay, let me go to Kojo. Doug, let's have Kojo.
Yes,
he doesn't want to talk about Musa Doko, and you are forcing him. Why?
I'm not forcing him.
Don't finish. Do you know the interesting thing? It is always true that a first-year performance will be good. Okay. But within it, you will see marginal decreases. And the data is there.
Do you find 9% decrease significant or is marginal?
It depends, again, it depends on the sample size.
Okay. Yes.
So you work the sample size.
I don't want us to go into the credibility of
honeymoon.
That's why there's something called honeymoon. Let me wish a good morning to my good people of Puano and my good people of Mampontin.
Now we are seeing the direction. Yeah.
Now, I also want to say good morning to all those that were hopeful for an NDC government, but when the NDC came, sacked them. Most people today are home because they've lost their job. NDC has want to see their face.
Oh my God.
State-owned enterprises and their ministries, they've sacked a lot of people. They are home. But look, Emefa, let me say something. Look. The NDC
today
I'm not pick what they want.
You're not doing Baumia today.
My brother.
Let me remind you.
Let me do my work. Please, I beg you. It's very important I get this.
Kojo, focus on me.
When Musa Dankwa did the polls on who leads the NDC, they were not happy. Right? They come out lambasting, blah, blah, blah. I have my own issues of his methodology, his modus operandi, how he quickly, within days, come out and said he's done this number of people and all that, right? And I've asked that he should come out and tell us how many people he uses for his work and all that, so we can appreciate what he's doing. You see, I don't know if City News captured the entire work that he did, but it's amazing that City News will now report somewhere that among floating voters, 45% expressed approval, while 37% of MPP supporters said they approve. If you are actually going to put out information about how many MPP people that approve, won't you have put how many NDC people that I don't see it. No, if you have the number
91%.
How can it be 37 and 91? That is over 100%.
I am telling you that.
No, that's over 100%.
But no, that's about 90. MPP.
NDC.
So he said
about 90.
When he interviewed NDC people, 90 how many?
It's 91.
91%. So 9% of NDC people are not happy with John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, what I say?
But you just said
it cannot be 100%.
No, but you just said. Hold on.
Hang on. But what's the concern if a percentage of the NDC?
I'm saying that I was expecting that in the numbers that was put out, I will have seen the number of NDC people. Because not all NDC people are happy.
No,
a lot of them are not happy. But let me not belittle or go on
so
about...
On this, how many MPP people?
My brother.
No. Your figure.
37%.
37 MPP.
Let's not... That's why when you initially asked the question, I was like, why are you asking the question about methodology and all that? But since I'm the last person...
I can't talk about that. I can't talk about the results.
Well, that's fine. But since you are the last person... That's why, because you are the last person, I'm the last person to speak so that we can veer into the next bite of this conversation. Look, when I was at home yesterday and I was like, Ghanaians are not happy with the NDC, and Ghanaians are basically coming out in disapproval of what they are seeing. But I'm NPP. Maybe I'm biased, right? Let me go and ask AI. Maybe AI is non-political. AI is non-NDC or MPP.
Would it be the same AI that you engage with all the time?
Let me ask AI what he thinks about my...
But you know your AI knows you.
AI doesn't know me.
It definitely will know you.
My laptop was off. I used my daughter's laptop. My daughter's laptop.
Your daughter is your daughter.
My daughter's laptop has a neutral AI.
Your phone hears you.
I used my daughter's laptop, and for the first time, I actually made notes. Right?
Okay, let's hear you.
Ghanaians who have now not happy, I'm like, look, AI should be able to tell us why Ghanaians are not happy. To start with, you know the first thing that AI said? AI said that most Ghanaians are not happy because everybody in Ghana today knows a brother, a sister, or a relative that has lost their job because the NDC came into power. They did the mass dismissal of people within industry. Now, you know what happened? People were like, look, it's okay. If maybe a friend has lost a job, maybe I will get a job because there's going to be a 24-hour economy, 133, right? The next thing AI told me is that Ghanaians are very disappointed with the 419 the NDC have done them with the 24-hour economy, the 133 has not happened. Youth unemployment, the biggest challenge in this country, which the NDC, John Mahama, promised to reset, right? Teachers, nursing, posting, they all had a lot of hope in NDC. Today, AI said they are all disappointed. But look,
AI did the same.
AI said, oh yes, and AI now went on to say that.
Did he give you sources?
I'll get there.
Okay.
The jobs that have now come up within 100, they said they were going to do 1 million coders and all these things. We haven't seen any of that. Some judge came out and said a few things. So my brother, let me finish, please. Then I'm like, okay, AI now went on to say that you could be a mother, right? Where maybe your kids or your niece or have lost a job, but you can do well in business. The NDC promised what? Women Bank. 18 months down the line, Ghanaians are disappointed because the Women Bank Yamutu. That's the word AI used.
So when the Women's Bank is done, say next month. The Women's
Bank, maybe when it's done, Ghanaians will be happy. But for now, Ghanaians are not happy because mothers and my sisters who people have lost their job are not able to get anything. And those that want to get into business, Women Bank Yamutu. That's the word AI used. Then the next thing that AI, I'm speaking.
No, just a moment. Your question to AI was what?
No, let me finish.
Let me finish. No, I just want to understand.
It doesn't matter. Let me finish, please. Let me finish.
How are we going?
Then the next question, the AI came up with Galamsey, right?
Everyone came up with that question.
Yes, one of the things that Ghanaians are not happy with. No, I was asking AI, what are the things that Ghanaians not happy with?
Okay.
And these are the things that AI is giving me. Then AI now said, Galamsey. AI went on to say that most Ghanaians have given up on the expectation of the government to solve Galamsey, because now not only our old areas are now deep in Galamsey, there are new areas like the most part of the Western North that are now having fledgling Galamsey issues in our Contombra and those other issues. Then the next one AI said was support for farmers, right? Ghanaians are disappointed because the NDC promised the support for farmers, but guess what? AI said cocoa farmers got a haircut. Then AI went on to say that, as my brother rightfully said, fertilizer for farmers, beggars has no choice. Today, farmers are begging for fertilizer. They can't get fertilizer. And the Greek minister is not happy because the finance minister will not give him any money. Then high cost of living was the next thing that AI said NDC promised Ghanaians. But when you talk they gaslight you with dollar above.
That's what AI said?
Yes. Or say, when you talk they gaslight you with dollar above. Now, when you now say that there is high cost of living in Ghana, right? The NDC will tell you dollar abafo. And I didn't even understand what gaslight means. It looks like it's a new Gen Z word. So I asked my daughter and she explained to me what gaslight means. When people are not doing something and that's what they tell you to do. So now, Ghanaians are not happy because there is serious high cost of living in the country.
But the research took account into this area.
Well, that's fine, but I am only reporting to you why Ghanaians are not happy. And I didn't want to say because I thought AI would do a better job. So that's what AI said.
Okay.
Then the final thing that AI said was oral, aka Konkonsa Committee.
AI Bena will you saw catchy.
Let me finish. Now, Oral Committee promised that they were going to retrieve 20 billion from Ghanaians who have perceived in their mind stolen from the public purse. And they have now collected all these documents. They showed it and they said that they're going to collect 20 billion for Ghanaians. Ghanaians are not happy because as we speak today, not a single penny has been retrieved from anybody. No conviction has been gotten in court because all their cases in court, guess what? Nothing. So you see the problem.
But the person who superintended the
it doesn't matter.
Which is the charges that they are saying that they're going to recover a certain amount of money. The person who was at the top of it is not around for them to want to. Where's Ken Foriata? He oversaw finance.
Go to court. Go to court. You go to court. If you think, look, if somebody has stolen my money, I don't need that person around to go to court. If somebody has stolen my money and have all the evidence that somebody has stolen my money, I'll go to court and convict that person that's essential. So if you think
which is what they are doing, are they not?
Look, listen, they can't even sign witness statements to court. I mean, you've heard the cases, right? Where the Attorney General is going to court with that witness statement not being signed. So how can they convict anybody in this country? Let's move on from this thing where everything is Kenufriata. The same way they are it's another form of gaslighting, I think. With this Kenufriata thing is gaslighting because now, because their inability to do their convictions in those in the country, every time you talk about conviction, they bring up Kenufriata. You can't even convict those in the country. How much more than one? And you know the funny thing, they said that, oh, we are going to go, this woman has come. The next one is, you've not been able to go to court on anything, Kenufriata. How do you go to America and make it?
No, but that's not true.
They've not gone to court. What court?
One of Tumi's case has concluded.
Let's not talk about wound.
That is speed.
What I'm saying,
you were talking about the speed.
I'm saying that Ken Foriata, they have not been able to go to court on anything, Ken Foriata. They have not.
What about that?
I'm not interested in that. But the point I'm trying to finish up with is this. Look, I have given you, just because of time, about 6 what the AI gave me. There was more, but I thought I don't want to take too much of your time. AI gave me 6. Job creation, Yamu 2. 24-hour economy, 133419. Nursing and teachers are disappointed. Mothers have not seen the women bank. Galamsey has now overpowered us. Support for farmers. Cocoa farmers took a haircut. Fertilizer, beggars have no choice. Farmers are begging for fertilizer. Then high cost of living. Gaslighting, dollar buffer. I'm done.
Just a moment. I'm coming.
Let me finish.
Just a moment.
Interesting.
AI, depending on the question that you ask, this is my question. Why are Ghanaians not happy with President Mahama? Maybe if you can read, so that nobody will say, you read. Meta AI.
What's
you read?
What's the
you
question,
read.
Kojo? Is the same question?
The same question.
Why are Ghanaians not happy? But you said it.
You said it.
No,
you said it.
Hold on.
You said it.
You cannot tell me what I'm telling you that. I am telling you why Ghanaians are not happy.
You see why I was asking?
Hold on.
Okay. Welcome to you.
I do not think that if I go to my daughter's computer and use her AI, and this is what the AI gave me.
No problem.
Austin wants to now tell me that what my daughter is wrong. Of all the things, let's go 2 step by step. Hold on. Has there been job? Has there been job? Let's be honest with ourselves.
What is it?
All the things that I mentioned.
Yes.
Tell me which one that I'm wrong.
You wait. The same AI. Doc, I'm begging you. It's a good question. The same AI. Why are Ghanaians not happy with President Mahama? AI says, good question. It's mixed. Poll shows most Ghanaians are still happy with President Mahama, but they're not happy into this thing. Group has reasons. Here are some of the latest
June 2026 poll says. Some of the Ghanaians are unhappy. That is 23 to 28%.
But you're reading. You're back to reading polls. That is not what. No, my brother. Stop. Forget that.
Let me just go there.
What is that you talking about?
Before you do that, you see, you are making it sound as if AI is one person.
Exactly.
We have different forms of AI.
So which one is it?
I'm using chat. My daughter is using chat. No, chat GDP.
I'll go there.
Subscribe. Not the free one. Subscribe.
I said I will go there.
Subscribe version of chat GDP. Where you pay $5 every month. That's the one I use. If you have that, show it. Chat GDP that I pay $10 every month.
Let me put this clarity.
Let me hear Honorable has been quiet. Yeah.
Because of where dog is going, let me say this. I'm happy that Kojo today is relying on nothing but what AI.
Nothing but AI.
No. Especially his daughter's.
My daughter's AI.
You put a very good question to him.
But you believe the daughter's AI?
Oh, don't worry.
To me,
it's not there.
No, wait. I just describe what he said here.
Yeah.
Is that it's a self-model algorithm, but he has forgotten that in machine learning techniques, some of this algorithm he's relying on can just be overfitting or can be underfitting, depending on what you are using it for. Underfitting because it's just simple, like cannot cover all the variables. Yeah. Overfitting because it's so overtraced that I even captured noise. And what Kuja has done here has just captured noise and not the sentiments of Ghanaians. You get it? It's just capturing noise and not Ghanaians.
Are Ghanaians happy with teacher and nursing posts?
I say Ghanaians are happy.
Just a question. Just answer one of them.
I am telling you.
Ghanaians happy with teacher and nursing posts?
I am telling you, Ghanaians are happy.
I think that everything you said is verifiable in terms of the AI that you have gone to.
We are living in realism.
But I'm also telling you.
We are living in realism.
No, but I'm telling you that you're wrong on the Kenoforiata.
We are living in realism.
I'm just drawing your attention to the fact that the Kenoforiata, the only challenge is that he has not appeared before a Ghanaian court. But he's been charged.
No, his model is overfitted.
Yes, I'm saying.
In Ghana.
And I'm saying that, but it's not true that they haven't.
They've not gone to any criminal court.
No, he's been charged with 7 others.
He has not. They have not gone to court.
Court, but what would they charge them?
Hold on. No. Have they gone to court? Which court are they in?
Let me search it for you. Because the charge sheet.
So what case? What court are they in?
About 78 counts, which has been reduced to OSP.
OSP that he's having problem with.
No, it doesn't matter. No, but he started this one.
Okay, let's move on. But the point, my point is that let's not attack the AI. Let's find out. Has there been 133 job?
But you know that
there is no 133 job in AI.
But you know that
if you have a GDP that you pay $10
it captures noise.
And I'm saying that whatever one you pay for, we agree that AI hallucinates.
Has farmers not gotten ahead?
AI said between 23 to 28%.
We are not talking about that.
So look at 70%
policies
saying they are happy. And you are here talking about
it. His model is overfitted.
Hold on. You see, he talks about meta. You don't worry. Let's not go far.
You are not going to.
No. We have a lot. I'm not there.
I just want to
please.
Today, which one meta? Let me go to meta.
I cannot translate.
No. Yes, read out. Read. Yes, read.
This is an edited.
Where is the question?
Read.
I want to know the question first. The question you asked.
Yes. We'll go to other matters. Because what all is said and done.
Promised the people of Ghana. What
I'm just telling you one of them. Hold on, my brother. Please. Listen.
It's overfitted.
The point I'm trying to make.
Okay, I want to hear.
My daughter's laptop is not here.
What question?
My daughter's laptop.
What question?
I said overfitting model.
And he was saying something.
Read it to me. What question did you put?
Right now,
yes.
I put in Meta.
Yes.
What did NDC promise the people of Ghana?
Forget
what
about
have they?
We are talking about.
Approval. Did not say that I asked Meta.
No, but that's what we are discussing.
Yes, but I wanted to show.
We're not comparing policies and promise.
Please. When Hobson tried to read, he was reading numbers. What Ghanaians are not happy with It's real facts, things on the ground that the NDC said they will do that they've not done.
So basically, you are not discussing my topic. You have your own topic. Okay, then let's move to my topic.
I just told you that Ghanaians not happy with President Mahama. He has to answer that question. If you want to use numbers,
let me say this.
Okay, Doug. We're going to the other matters.
About AI.
Yes.
Apart from
tell him the truth.
Apart from the differences.
Yes.
The line of question is also important.
That's right.
But one unique thing about AI is that you can ask the same question twice and get different results.
Contest is never lost.
I will ask the same question again.
Because they depend on information that exists. Contest is never lost.
He's using cheap AI. I'm using paid AI.
Can you imagine? You can be paying something wrongly.
What I'm saying is this. Honorable was talking about the
Yeah, it's a model. It's an algorithm that has been trained to act in a particular manner. Is that not it? You can either simply train it or highly train it.
Okay. So the second one that has come up. Why are Ghanaians?
We're not discussing that. We're not discussing
Why are Ghanaians appointed with NDC?
We are discussing president.
What's the difference?
What is the difference now? Look at
what's the difference? You sat here and said that it was who is in government.
Well, so for the good people of Ghana, what you do with the results of the poll is up to you.
So President Mahama there, not NDC.
Director, because these two polls, it really matters what Ghanaian people want to do with it, and also matters what the sitting government wants to do with the findings, to be honest. And Honorable has said that they will take both findings very seriously.
We have always.
Now, yesterday you listened to the government spokesperson. Among a lot of the things that he said that caught a lot of people's attention would be the indication that the deputy chair for EC, Electoral Commission, is set to resign, and they've put actually the date that he would be leaving office. But also in that conversation, and at the heart of our democracy, is the Electoral Commission and as well the Council of State that play a very significant role. And we also know that we've read and seen that the former Chief Justice of Akufo has also indicated that she has resigned from the Council of State. My question, and let me maybe start with you, Honorable, on this. My question is this routine when there's a change of government, or there's a deep-seated or rooted issue? I don't think in my findings I've ever heard a Council of State who was appointed, resigning. I don't think. I'd be corrected if there's anything of the sort. I've not seen it yet.
She's not appointed.
She is appointed.
There is a requirement on the Council of State that one of the former Chief Justice have to sit.
I agree, but
she's not appointed.
No, but the president could have appointed somebody else.
Appointed by president.
The president can appoint somebody else. She's not the only Chief Justice.
Yes, but they elect who sits. So the president.
It's not true.
Oh,
it's not.
The constitution requirement on the Council of State is that there has to be
judiciary will not elect.
Please, the former Chief Justices. One has to sit.
I agree. It's a constitutional requirement.
So move down. We have
the
so now when so who goes on there is not the president who appoints. It is the former Chief Justices who elect who goes on there. It's not the president.
So his resignation is to the Chief Justice.
Sorry, the Chief Justice. So now that she's come off, one of the other Chief Justices will go and replace her.
That's not true.
It's an obvious.
Yes, it's not true. Now that she has resigned, look,
Article 89
is just simple.
It's a great. Go on. There shall be a Council of State.
Yes.
To cancel the president in performance of his function. The Council of State shall consist of A. Following persons appointed by president in consultation with parliament.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on.
Hey, that is what? Following persons.
Okay.
In consultation with parliament. One person who has previously held the office of Chief Justice.
Don't go further. That's okay. Don't go further.
Appointed by president.
Don't go further.
In consultation with parliament.
That's even the way let me tell you, what you just asked. The Council of State is a body enacted by a committee to cancel the president. Is that not it? And it's a body comprising 30 people. Out of the 30 people, 16 are elected based on electoral colleges at various regions.
Correct.
Are you getting this?
Yes.
Then 14 are appointed by president.
Correct.
Among these 14, 3 are categorical. And includes what? The former Chief Justice. Today we are speaking about a woman, the former Chief Justice who has resigned. Her resignation, now we are hearing, is that she actually pended her resignation in somewhere September last year. But the Council of State themselves felt that, no, the president shouldn't accept until they have talks with her. I think the talks have gone on up to now, and they felt that, no, the president now is, from what is happening, it's like she wants to proceed, but the president should accept it. That's why we are hearing this news. And for me, I will first zero down to her as a person. I think that once you occupy an office, the office, there's a way to get into the office and the way you get out of the office, either through yourself at a point that you cannot control infirmity or many other things, or even somebody will decide to take you off the office. But so far, Akufo has, over the period, showed that she stands by what she believes in. I've applauded her when the issue about the DDEP came, the role she played. Same way when they even based on that, all other things she did, I respect her as a person and I respect her. But to the extent that she was even able to pen in this, indicate her intentions right from September, and this thing has not become a topical issue in this country, shows who she is and what she believes in. So to me, I think that every individual has the right to be able to decide where you want to be at any point in time. And I'm not sure she's doing it based on selfish intent. No, she's doing it based on personal reasons that has not been disclosed to us yet. That I want to leave at that point. But I do my heart, I respect her. I've seen that she stood firm when the country was being sunk in a horrible abyss. And I think whatever she has no ascribed any reasons why she's getting out of that. Many people have also resigned based on some other reasons. Now, down to the Electoral Commission. I am sure, prior to 2024 election, the sentiments we have as a party, we have indicated that clearly. And even after the election, when we won, some individuals still believe very strongly that no, some others acted in a way that if you keep leaving this office in their hands as an independent body, they will one day plunge this country into chaos. But that said, we believe that everything happens within what the Constitution and law. People have petitioned, but the president, establishing what a prima facie case, said that no, there's no any prima facie case to be able to take off some people. If he, at that point, also decide that there are one or two reasons that he wants to resign, has given a date, that's next month by July, I think that once again, we leave that to him. Because there are not any obvious reasons or there are not other reasons being spoken out that we think that he's being coerced out of that office. No. And the second person, too, I'm talking about, I think that he has already gone on retirement. So it means that we are going to have 2 vacancies to be filled. The Constitution spells out how that should be done. And I'm sure the president will take steps. In relation to Madam Sophia Akufo, already the government spokesperson indicated to us that the president is taking steps to make sure that they get somebody appointed to that office. So once again, is Ghanaian being called to deliver a duty? And at one point in time, if they think that their continuous stay there might not inure to the complete benefits of the country, they'll have to honorably decide that they are not being prepared. They should give to somebody who has much more energy, or somebody who thinks that he or she can be able to play that role to fulfill our aspirations. You get it? So to me, I don't see much.
But how do you feel? Because over the years, the NDC constantly accused him of being biased and saying that Dr. Bosman tilting towards the NPP.
I didn't move away from that conversation. I said, even after election, people from MPP accused them too. After the election, people from MPP accused them and even said they don't know what they're about.
So you think there's nothing undertone? He just wants to
I think that he understood that, the hazards of the job he's going in for. And I think at the turbulent times that we were on the day, we even stopped going for IPAC meetings for a longer period here. And we've stated it. We didn't hide it. We said it without any doubt that we said it unequivocally to everybody. Even when we left, I'm sure our national chairman at a point even said that once we went on that tangent, some of them shouldn't have been there. But the president said, no, we act according to the law. So once we have not gotten any prima facie case that should be able to take them out of office, we cannot act unlawfully. But at this point, he is the one resigning. There is no any further information to tell me that somebody is pushing him out of that office. No.
Okay.
And I think that I'll leave it at that.
Okay. But Kojo, how did you arrive at the conclusion that she's appointed by the judiciary?
No, I was trying to make a point that one of the previous
Chief Justice
is the one that occupies. So it's a seat reserved for
a Chief Justice. But the president who appointed.
So now what they are saying is that right now, hold on. Now for what the Constitution is that they are like 4 surviving The Chief Justice.
Chief Justice. There are a number of them, so the president gets to appoint who he wants.
So what I was pointing out was that, is it something that the surviving Chief Justice agree who should go, or the president look at the surviving and chooses
The
one?
Constitution does not provide all of that. It just says that the president, in consultation with Parliament,
well, one of the surviving, one of the surviving. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But look, for me, I don't have an issue with the resignation thereof in the EC and then the retirement from there, because I have always had the opinion that time has proven that Charlotte Osei was appointed by John, and John lost the election. Jane was appointed by Nana-Addo, and MPP lost the election. The EC chair, or the EC, yes, there is this cat and mouse game that perceived goes on with certain things that a lot of people with IPAC and all those things. But look, elections are won at the polling station, and I strongly believe that, okay? And I think that there is an overwhelming sentiment within the country at any point in time where the country should go and who should govern. And that, if you believe in that as a political party and do your work, you will not worry too much about who holds certain positions at EC. I have come across instances where certain machines are deployed. And if there is, let me use the word mafia, right? If there's mafia to be played at EC, it's not even played at that high level.
What is that?
I'm just saying, if there is something,
what does mafia look like?
If there's something untowards to happen, if let's say in the election processes, there is something untowards to happen, right? It doesn't even happen at the level of the commissioners.
Okay.
It happens within the operational settings of EC. Because look, I'll give you an example.
Which Dr. Bosman Asare actually overlooked.
Deputy, yes, but I'm saying that he
kind of took care of operations.
Yes, but that he's not the one on the field. He's not the one on the field. He's not the one in 275 constituencies, right? There are, in every constituency, there is an EC head in that constituency.
But he's there, he oversees the operations.
Yes, I'm saying that, but the person who sits in Kwabri, right? Let's say Kwabri East. The EC head in Kwabri East is in charge of Kwabri East.
Who took him there?
Sorry?
Who would he report to? Who would he report to?
What I'm saying to you is that, look, I don't believe in that overhand that people think that EC, and even if you do, right, for me, I don't think that those that sit at the top, if you do your work well and there is an overwhelming disappointment in the government, like the way we've seen my 6 list of things that Ghanaians are disappointed with, EC can't help you with that. Ghanaians' youthfulness, there's no jobs. Nurses are upset. Teachers are upset. Can EC help you with that? They can't. So on the day of election, people are voting because they are not happy. We clearly saw 2 million people did not go to the polls to vote, from Elembele to Pusiga. So look, I don't think that we, the MPP, are going to make too much over that. We are working to make sure that the Ghanaians see the new MPP.
Did you see it coming? Did you see it coming?
Did I see which coming?
His
No. I don't pay. Like I said, for me, I hold a different view when it comes to these things. I don't look at too much on how that politics is played at the
Okay.
Like I said, I'm going to land. I'm saying that the MPP led by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Good morning, sir. I'm greeting you. I know when I greet my brother. No, you don't tell me when I greet Dr. Bawumia. I greet Dr. Bawumia.
You asked for time to land.
No, I was going to greet His Excellency when you interrupted me. So, Doctor, good morning.
Well, let me speak to Director. So, from the time Dr. Bosman was appointed, from the time until his departure, how would you assess his performance?
Oh, like I say, it's good. He's one of the hardworking guys at the EC. Perception in this country kills people's ambition. And one thing is that, let me advise all. You see, now NDC is in government. If you are there, and then you just want to be taking instructions, controlling to them, tomorrow you will suffer the same pressure. Are you getting it? So let us do work as Ghanaians, no matter what. This one will say, do this. Oh, like I could have done it, but the law says this. You do what the law is directing you to do. You see, Bosman has done well.
And now he has stated that he wants to go back to the academia. And then Tetetu is retiring. So the two of them are going. We are left with one of the deputies. I don't think maybe he is going anywhere from now. So this one, I don't think there should be any argument on it. Are you getting it? It's not a point that they say, oh, we are sacking you, then it becomes a whole lot of, he says he's resigning. And he has stated his reasons that he wants to go back to campus and then teach. And I think that ends it. But when we come to my mother, Sophia Akufo, in fact, I love this woman so much that it's paining me that he has resigned.
It's paining you, eh?
But you see, it's a good sign, a sign of, I mean, a good leader. Are you getting it? If you are not happy with something, you don't stay and then destroy. You just resign and then go. In this country, we know a lot of leaders that they say, oh, because of this and that, you have to resign. They say, Jia Temuda, I am not resigning. We'll see that. Are you getting it? So she has done well. But one thing I am curious about is, what was the reason? In fact, this morning, I have to find out from one of the government officials concerning her reasons. He said he did not state any reason. He just wrote that he's resigning from the Council of State without any reason. So I think it's a personal reason, and that personal reason will give room for speculations. Are you getting it? And speculations too, I don't think is healthy for our narratives. Some have started saying it's because of the former CJ Tokonu.
She's been quite clear on that process and how the removal went. In fact, Honorable, I think she was the only person that voted against the decision of the Council.
That's what we heard.
I think I respected her.
And then she even testified in favor of Tokonu. But at that time, when she was testifying, she has not resigned. She was still a member of the thing, which was maybe against the rules of engagement. But let's take it so. May I respect her. So I would just congratulate her and then wish her well. And now, President has another task to fill in that vacancy. And for me, I will pray with President. Maybe he should give it to Tokonu as ex-gratia, so that CJ Tokonu will just occupy that position and also sit with the Council of State to cancel President.
That's a very interesting point you have brought. And we may have to ask... that's interesting, and I think it'll be a good conversation to have with a lawyer, that if you are removed, do you still hold the courtesies of like the person who, so we just begin and end.
But it's whether he was removed, sacked or whatever, it's a former CJ. And he qualifies under.
But that's rubbing salt into a wound.
No, but you see, the person was, we can't separate the issues, right? The person was removed based on a particular matter. So if you say that she's not good enough per her conduct to be a Chief Justice,
the charge will not even permit.
Then can we then now turn around and say that because she's a Chief Justice, we ignore the thing that amounted to her removal?
So let's take it that we don't have any living Chief Justice, and she was the only one. Will you say because of that she cannot be appointed?
I see that it will be a contest in the Supreme Court.
But it will be a betrayal of oneself, which people, other people talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Because you said that Tokonu misconducted herself.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Which has amounted to even her removal on the bench.
You understand?
You know.
You come back to appointed to this high office of I mean,
she was
a body that is supposed to.
It'll be a good test, to be honest.
She was ahead of one arm.
It's a non-starter. No, it's a non-starter. The conversation is a non-starter.
Let's limit it at that.
It's a non-starter. How?
No, I
like my opinion.
Yes, I know. We
That's my opinion.
But we are contributing.
And I think that President, if I am the president today, like I will appoint that woman to the Council of State. Are you getting it? She would love to be there.
She would not. I don't think she even pick your call.
Oh, you see. But
if I'm Chief Justice, you come in and remove me.
Aside that.
And disgrace my career, and then you want to appoint me where?
Aside that.
She pick your call.
Aside that.
No, it's not the president I removed.
But she said if he's president.
That's why he's saying
I'm saying that if he did that, the woman will not even pick his call.
Why? Because it's not the president.
Would you pick a call?
But to be honest, let's be fair. It's not the president.
Someone who fought the thing from Ghana to Nigeria. And you say you don't.
Ever at the Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Hobson, God forbid, becomes president.
Yes.
God forbid. Then stop it. Then stop it there.
Sorry, I didn't.
Why should you say that?
I wish you become president.
Why?
You were trying to become president, and I cannot also become president.
You're not same as me.
What are you talking about?
I'm MPP. I can become president. You are UP. So if you are becoming president, you are saying that UP becomes the party of.
So what are you talking about?
Please,
God forbid.
Stop that. You see the reason why at times people say we speak in favor of. We don't speak in favor of NDC. These are some of the comments.
That's fine.
That I would never.
I don't want you to
be
president.
Listen.
NDC can
I would never.
They are. But you,
all those who are watching me, and for that matter, UP communicators would never say anything that will go in your favor.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that, but you don't do anyway. So what's news?
Listen what he's saying.
But there's no breaking news here.
Why should you say that?
Let me make my point.
No.
I am on
He's
on the floor. Let's have it.
I'm on floor. So me, I've told you. You see, if CJ, former CJ is quitting because of Tokono, then in one way or the other, she has also not been fair to us. Are you getting it? When Charlotte Osei issues came in, you look at the Constitution, and that one, solely the Chief Justice. Are you getting it? Unlike in the case of Chief Justice, where you go to a Council of State, you do this, you do that before we set up a committee. That one, Chief Justice will determine whether there's a prima facie. Chief Justice herself will set up the committee and she will take the decision. Then you write to President that due to this, that, this person should be fired. Then the President will issue a statement to that. You did that too, Charlotte Osei. Nobody said, because you did that, we are not going to support you, we are not going to appoint you to the Council of State or that. Is it because Charlotte Osei did not attend West Regis? Is it because of that? Are you getting it? Because I learned West Regis, when you touch one, you touch all. Tokono
she only chaired the committee that investigated.
Tokono attended West Regis. Sophia Akufo attended West Regis. Unfortunately, Charlotte Osei did not attend West Regis.
No, but I'm just drawing your attention that she only chaired the committee that investigated it. So I doubt it's from the school they went to or something. She was just performing her constitutional
It was a sole responsibility of Sophia Akufo to deal with Charlotte Osei. Sole responsibility. Are you getting it? So, I mean, like I was saying, for me, I like her, I love her, everything. She's straightforward. I mean, her integrity cannot be questioned and all that. And I am applauding her for taking the step to resign. We don't see it in African politics.
Okay.
You give someone, my brother is a board member. Then we say, oh, my brother, maybe you said that, so resign. This Atemuda, you will never resign. Are you getting
this
it?
Until you so she's shown real leadership.
Yeah, you show real leadership.
Okay.
So we applaud her for that. President Mahama, I think you have the task to fill in these vacancies, 2 vacancies in the Electoral Commission and then 1 at the
Council of. Okay.
But before I want to put it on record that
have you not already?
When Ghanaians are fed up with NDC,
The next party taking over is United Party.
That's really nice to hear.
The next party taking over this country is United Party. That's why let me...
No, you have to actually put it on record. That tells you how unconfident you have to put it on record.
Is solid when it comes to public policies. Nobody in this country can challenge the man.
Okay.
When we say exposure, international exposure, Alan Chemantin, who can challenge him? We don't want people who just go and do chew and pour, baba, and come and sit down and then rant to us. Practically, they cannot do anything. We don't need those people to run this country again. We are not going to allow those people to run this country again. We want practical people.
Okay.
Who will say, yes, we are going to deal with this, and they'll deal with it.
Okay.
Not just writing speech and then they say he's active.
That's for the youth party. Putting on the record.
Talkatives, okay. We don't need talkatives.
Doug, one question I'm going to dare ask is, the Council of State, as an architecture or as a body from the Constitution now, their role now, has it been relevant over the period? Is it still relevant? Have we gone past it? Because, you know, if you look at it really, their job is to advise the president. As to whether the president is bound by the advice, is also a place that we've been debating now. The whole conversation around the Council of State, is this still a relevant point in our Constitution?
Yes, Ebifa, so I believe that, you see, the relevance depends on us as to whether we've been able to evaluate, you know, the performance of Council of State since its inception and even on to recent times. I take some cue from what our current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, said during one of his campaign tours, and then indicated that he thinks that the Council of State has lost its relevance, and that if he is appointed, he's going to form a kind of committee that will be able to, as it were, look into his face and advise him, as it deserves. And I feel that, yes, that was a kind of message that was very much accurate and relevant. For me, I see that the direction to which the Council of State is moving, it is losing its essence in terms of its neutrality, in terms of its power and authority. And key among them is the advisory role it is supposed to be playing. For me, I think that if we are to take any decision on the Council of State, probably we will need to look at, the qualifications into the Council of State. I think Honorable was talking about the composition, and was talking about 16 members being appointed. Elected.
Yeah, 14 appointed.
14 appointed. In recent times, during the recent one, I think there was an incident in Ashanti region where a young man, whose background is purely politics, has not gotten any kind of experiences, decided to join the race. And I think that there was so much confusion in there that it has to go, you have to pause the election and then do a rerun at a later date. This young man won. My question, or the thing that was bothering me, was that how can this young man look into the face of the president and talk truth to him?
Why not?
I mean, I doubt.
Doug, are you sure?
Yes, I doubt.
I think the moment, what you are before you become the member,
so the what you are
doesn't matter, because the moment you climb to that position, you have the same powers, all?
No.
These are parties, people that are pushed there to go and just do yes, sir.
What is about yes, sir? Yeah.
But the one that happened at Shantu you're talking about, is it the one with the chief?
I don't know whether it was.
Yes, in Cancer Board.
Okay.
Yes, that one is the Cancer Board where it was stopped. The regional minister now came in and made sure they engineered and somebody else won. In Cancer Board, what? How is that person going to go in?
Doc, so what's the challenge? The age or the experience? What's the experience?
I'm talking about the age. I've spoken about it. I've spoken about the experiences. All right. And I am looking at even the confidence of that young man to probably go in there to do.
But luckily, that's why they are voted for. They are not. He's not for that kind of cohort. They are not appointed by the president. He's voted, so his duty is to send what the region thinks to the president.
See, the controversies. That's why I earlier on spoke about the fact that we need to even check the criteria, because if you look at the functions of the Council of State, right, you don't need people, i.e., without that kind of influence, who coming from a background where almost like nothing has been recorded, all right, for this person to go and say, now we are talking about people like Sophia Kufu, we are talking about, giant people who have actually made it in society, okay, and who can just have that kind of authority to speak to the president and advise the president based on certain experiences, and all that. And you are getting in without experience. So what are you going to contribute? Are you going to be part of a train or something? All right. For me, Honorable, you see,
Doc, I believe you made a very fantastic point. I think that I side with you clearly. But the point is that we normally see, I have seen the Council of State as an exit point in terms of experience. People who have attained it all, they get to that level, even if it's you are exiting. But the debate has also been that, or the question has also been that, if they are advising the president, we are having a society that increasingly the majority are becoming useful. So if you are not bringing in the youth, what would they be? That's what they are saying.
Not at that level. Not at Council of State. Not at Council of State.
But that's why we have the older people and... No, but is that not what the Constitution anticipates?
Not at that level. Council of State.
But is that not why? Is it the title or what? Is it a title or what?
Sorry.
I'm coming.
Is it a title or what? Council of State. Because when I look at the age of Tumfor became the king, he was very young.
If you are looking for people if you are looking for people to advise, because you see the advice is not compulsory for the president to take. But you see, when you're seeking counsel from someone, and we are looking at a president of the nation, we don't want there to be that's not the level where we are going to now put in the Gen Zs, because Gen Zs are now 34%.
Because there's not the cure.
No,
that's not the ones that the president appoints.
The Constitution describes particular roles. The framers of the Constitution, that's why my brother read, there are certain people that are appointed.
Yes.
Former.
The Constitution prescribes who.
So if you're looking at the people that they are now putting in there, now I bet
that has not been touched.
That's what I'm saying. So if you look at that caliber,
but the election,
but what I'm saying is that by extension, look at the ones that
very young.
My point is that I'm backing what Prof is saying. What I'm saying to you is that the Constitution, the framework of the Constitution, had a certain mindset of the Council of State.
Yes.
Let's not make it look like with time we are going to now look, but look at those that they prescribe should be in there. And then look at those that the framers think that should be in there. The fact that there's an election doesn't mean that now is now going to be turned as a secondary
2.15.
Prefers the presiding members of constituencies now to come in and start becoming council. No, we shouldn't now. People are even pushing for the second chamber, right? That in the constitutional review, we should scrap the Council of State and create a second chamber.
Yeah, President Akufo has been on that. I see that in the UP.
That is create a second chamber, right? You go to the UK system, the House of Peers, the House of Commons, and the House of Lords. In the House of Lords, you're not going to get... So let's avert our mind to what the council is supposed to do. The gravitas of the people in that room to sit the president down and advise the president.
Okay.
I mean, you should come from a certain background.
It's very important.
From a certain experience.
Yes.
You should be coming from a certain, authority. to be able to look into the office of the president and speak to.
Doc, is it not regional representation? And for the regional representation,
even with the regional
representation, elections.
I still have my point intact. I'm not deviating, MFA. Even with the regional representation, what is the criteria? That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, you see,
and Honorable, please.
No, I just want to. You say the criteria because at every district you have electoral college.
Yeah.
You are required to present 2 representatives from district assembly. To
form the regional electoral college
to vote.
Yeah.
So if you were campaigning to be elected, then you should campaign to these people.
No, but my point is that
today in Ghana, you pay more, you win. That's all.
No, but should that be the case? That shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we are going to have a certain council of state at a specific point within our democratic dispensation who will not be able to perform based on the function they are supposed to.
So what's the cure? Should we stop the nomination to be voted for?
No,
or should be
there shouldn't be a requirement that there should be an age requirement. That is an area I think there should be an age requirement or a certain level of experience in life.
When it comes to that point, we may not be fair to the youth.
No.
That's not the place for the youth.
It is not.
The Council of State is not. It's not.
But to be president,
no way. No. If we are pushing down the age of presidency,
yes,
we shouldn't push down the Council of State. Council of State, please, let's not go there.
We shouldn't go there.
Well, let's not.
For the president, can be 25 years, that's okay.
Yes, you can have a president who is 30 years.
But you need an elder.
Council of State, to be elders of the state.
We need the elders of the state to direct.
What makes a person the elder? Is it by age?
Yes, age, wisdom. Age is wisdom.
But I've seen young people.
No, you cannot see a younger person who is more wisdom. Listen,
you're from the Ashanti region.
You know why I'm called Oracle?
Oh, you are called Oracle.
Yes. You know why
are you called an Oracle?
Because I have seen so much in life that I say things and it comes through.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, ask people who know me.
Kojo, how old are you?
I'm not going to say my age on live. But you see, I'm a well-experienced person. Hold on.
Yeah.
I've done a lot in life. I'm a very well-experienced person. I have seen a lot in life.
He doesn't want the youngest to know his age.
But everybody that knows. Listen, hold on. I am a public figure. You can Google me. Hold on. You can Google me online.
Why would I Google?
Don't mind this one.
Next week I can come with your weighing card. Yeah, why would I want to?
Why? You can't find it.
You come with this weighing card.
If you want how old I am, I have actually run for public office to lead the MPP.
So I know that you can Google me.
You see,
don't worry. Make the point about the elders.
The point I'm making is
all of us we have white.
What I'm saying is that the reason those days you see a man near for me at before no money before. You know why? They've seen a lot in life. When you walk in with that gentleman, they tell you that hey, we ain't because they've seen the likes of that person and the way that person carried themselves, and they can tell you what's going to happen. No money before. Age, wisdom comes with age. And you are trying to now bring somebody who has not been through a lot in life. That's why most of these ministers who have never worked in life are ministers and they've never held any full-time job. And that's the problem we have in this country. Let's not bring that to Council of State.
No.
That's not.
So, the Council of State,
when we read
its usefulness today, when you ask me, I say, we should even abolish it. That's why Alan Chamantin in our GTP page 43 is saying that abolish Council of State and establish a new second chamber of parliament with representation from key stakeholder grouping, including faith-based organizations, traditional authority, professional bodies, artisanal association, gender-based organization, private sector, labor unions, and you see, so that those people, they will be given the tax. If we want to appoint IGP, we want to appoint some of these in that second chamber will do that. Even the budget of this independent.
But you know, it was Nkrumah who actually made sure that doesn't pass because it was proposed by the British. The second chamber was supposed to be the chiefs. Anybody that were there are people, that consultative whatever that went through, in the proposals by the British in our post-colonial rule, there was a second chamber. And it was supposed to be occupied by the chiefs. But then Nkrumah realized that it wasn't popular among the chiefs, so he opposed it.
Okay. Please land, and Kojo, I need to release you at some point. So let me hear your
So the issue is this. For me, I think that,
you have already
looking at the functions and all that, it is not about the youth. All right. Presidency, yes. whatever ministerial appointment he is, but the Council of State should be a composition of experience, matured intelligence, expertise in there to be able to perform these functions, right? I believe that yes, the Hobson's party is the name.
United Party.
My party's name.
No, who passed them all? It's United Party, dog. Please, not this party, dog. You have to go. You are part of those distracting. Sit quietly.
United Party's, proposition is nice, but I think that until UP comes to power, probably we may also want to look at the structural defects of the Council of State and probably put certain corrective measures in there.
Okay.
And I think that it will do us some good.
Okay. Let me go to. Let's start with the fertilizer issue. I have to release Kujo and we should be wrapping up shortly. But Kujo, I want you to take the first bite on it. So initially, the farmers it was subsidized, so the farmers could pay something. Government also pay something. The current government promised that they were going to be giving it out for free. Today, farmers are complaining that the farming season or the crop season or the planting season, I should say, is nearly ending. Are you opening the same paper that you wrote your notes from? You
said that farmers are not happy, and we've seen that issue. You know what?
By the way, your classmates are suggesting your age to me. You're 53.
Yeah, but that's not young.
Eh?
That's not young.
I'm not asking whether it's young or not. I just wanted to know.
My classmates can suggest all they want, but the point I'm trying to make is that, look, the fertilizer issue is a big issue. The rains have started. By now, they should have plowed and applied fertilizer, right? So, sorry?
Yeah.
By now?
No, they shouldn't have. At least the people are beginning to plant.
It depends what fertilizer you are using.
Yes.
If you plow, the fertilizer has to go in and the seedlings. So, look, we are in July, we are in June, right? And if fertilizer is still a problem, then it looks like there's a challenge at the farm. We've seen how upset the finance minister is, and I'm sure the finance minister is one of the people the Agric minister, We've seen how upset the Agric minister is, and all these issues are coming up because it's not that Atto doesn't want to release money. The government doesn't have money, right? We've said over and over again that this government, the honeymoon was successful and was happy because of the good work the NPP had done that they inherited. They don't give any credit, but in the first year, did you hear any fertilizer problem in 2025? We are talking about fertilizer issues today. Were there fertilizer issues last year? Yes. You see, most of the problems that are coming out today are telling you that there was something that was done. A bed of roses was laid. A lot of good things were done before the NDC came in. Now that they now own it, now, 2026, we are seeing these teething issues, right? They've not been able to now provide fertilizer to the farmers. We beg of the finance minister to release money to his good friend, the Greek minister. They should put their differences aside that they are both going to contest for presidency, and let us put Ghana first, right? Mr. Honorable Erikopoku wants to be president. Honorable Akufo-Addo has paid a lot of money to put his name there to be first person that every post now put him forward to be president. It's not helping. Is that a Greek? It is not helping the contest. It is not helping the contest of Ghana first. It is not helping the contest of Ghana first, right? As a result, money is not being released to the Greek, and money is not being released for fertilizer that is so badly needed by our farmers. The first set of farmers who don't need fertilizer, which is the Greek, the cocoa farmers, already gotten the haircut. They need pesticides and they need spraying. I don't know if there will be enough money to do that because, as we speak, Cocoa Board is still making losses, and we don't even know what the price per kilo is going to be in the next pricing window. So, to answer your question.
You had a smooth delivery of fertilizer availability in the MPP regime. You had a smooth.
This issue never came up. Did you ever hear? Did you ever hear?
Not of shortage.
Did you ever hear farmers crying the way they are crying now for fertilizer? Oh, my brother, I've not forgotten anything, but did you ever hear? If you did, then you talk about it. Today,
should I remind you one?
Obi Diaba. I don't know why you guys always want to go back to Obi Diaba. The point is that there was a reset.
Yeah.
And I think the NDC never thought why they use the word reset. The reset, if my phone, I reset my phone, and I'm still getting the problems I'm getting before I reset, then I need to throw the phone away.
Then it means that you agree that there was a problem.
No, I'm not saying that. They told, that's why Ghanaians gave me, that's why AI gave me this, because they said that there was a problem. We didn't think there was a problem. In fact, today, they don't give credit to all the bed of roses they inherited. They said that they inherited something bad, but they said there was a problem. That's why they said reset. We are going to reset it. But today, everything that they are supposed to reset, Yamutu.
Yo, Kujo.
According to my ChatGPT.
Thank you very much. I'll be releasing Kujo. If you don't see Kujo, we've got just a few minutes and you'd have to go somewhere else. But Honorable.
Oh, it's leaving us.
Yes. Whatever you say.
We were in this country. We were in this country. When the agri minister said they saw donkeys carrying cocoa, fertilizer to Burkina Faso. Were we not here? Remember? Or you forgot it? Were we not here? When MPP minister for
the smuggling?
Yeah. There are donkeys, not even human beings. Donkeys were carrying the fertilizers to Burkina Faso. Are you getting it? So this thing has been happening, but I am saying that government should.
But let me just make some.
And you want to go in? Oh, okay.
Okay, we're wrapping the show then. Let's just wrap the show.
I think you were asking me to.
For me, the fertilizer issue.
Dog, you didn't tell me you want to go. I didn't. Yes, so to be fair on the others. Dog, now we're quiet.
But you talk on it.
Dog, now we're quiet. Be anywhere here, say hi.
Oh no, I'm not going.
Be anywhere here, say join you.
There's a meeting.
There's a meeting now. Okay.
They know you.
All right, then let me just give me 2 minutes and let me share among you people so that you leave. Okay. Okay. Honorable, are you done?
No.
Just conclude.
One thing I want to say is that government should do well to make sure they get enough fertilizers for the farmers.
Okay.
But without them, all of us sitting here will suffer because every day we eat. So we need the food.
You'd anticipate some shortages in the next season.
One thing, that's why I wanted Kojo to be here.
You here? All right.
Government saying that he is going to give farmers free fertilizers. Not just fertilizers. We decide, pesticide, whatever. That pumping machine, what do you call it? I mean, a lot of things. Are you getting it? So we are appealing to the minister to, as much as possible, do well to supply some of these things so that farmers too will be happy to do this. But if you listen to the MPP people on issue, if you are not careful, you will say that we were in heaven.
Let me hear. I'm sure the Ghanaian people made a decision.
We were in heaven, but we were here. When people were selling fertilizers here in this country, some MMDCs were selling. A Greek minister himself were there, say he saw a donkey carrying fertilizer to Burkina Faso. And you come and sit here and then you talk as if we were in heaven.
Okay, Doug.
So fertilizer is a very good input that ensures food security, right? And so with this timing, I think that the presidency, the finance minister should make some monies available to ensure that at least they get the fertilizers for the farmers so that we could have that kind of food production. The food basket will be good for us. And at least it will also help in the fight against inflation and macroeconomic indicators. That not said, I think last week I spoke about TTAG, right?
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Just as we left the studio, the rate was released. But there are two challenges. I fear the major university campuses will be on strike. UCC, KNUST, and University of Ghana, I fear. that if these issues are not tackled within a period of 2 weeks to 3 weeks, they may be on strike.
So you were living with this important information?
Oh no, I was going to pass it on to.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the last one is UTAC's engagement with fair wages. I hear that it has been stalled, and UTAC is not happy.
Okay.
There's going to be a meeting tomorrow, and probably the outcome of it may not be good.
Okay. Doc, talk to them.
So Honorable is here.
Honorable, quickly, farmers were paying a certain percentage, and you made the promise. Yeah. If you are not ready for delivering, why rule out the way it was being operationalized earlier? Why?
Yeah, MFI, before I go to your question, let me say that just debunking what Kojo said before he left. Saying that they've laid a very solid foundation before leaving office, at a point where we know over 88 of their sitting MPs went on trying to get their minister out of office because he was really sinking this country into a big gutter that we couldn't have come out of. The point is that I think we have a very big issue that we have to look at holistically. First and foremost, we have to talk about the consumption of fertilizer or farm inputs in our country. If you look at what we are required to, our nation requires close to about 535,000 metric tons of fertilizer on annual basis. If you are breaking that down into 50 kg bags, that's about 10,700,000 of such bags on annual basis. But even if you also look at the inputs that we apply on our farms, in Ghana, we are still far below the global averages because we are looking at 28.8 kilogram per hectare, when the global averages are about 150 kg per hectare. So it means that even what is available here is still far inadequate as per the global standards that we are supposed to be doing. But the issue that is coming to play and people are talking, and the Farmers Association or the Peasant Farmers Association are complaining, is not because there's no fertilizer, but because they think that there will be a bigger challenge. Why am I saying so? You think that they are of the view that, yes, government said we are going to give us free fertilizer. And they were looking at...
Is that their view or that's a fact?
No, that's what government said.
Yeah.
The Minister of Agri said that, and President reiterated that at one function. And me, even as a rural MP coming from Sisala, is knowing that grains is what we do, maize. And the number of people who are into commercial farming. I went to the Minister of Agri on a number of occasions telling him that, from my perspective, I think that the issue about free fertilizer was going to cause more of a challenge for me or my people than just a solution. But if they can identify real vulnerable groups, like women groups, people who are having just 1 or 2 acres, they can support that. But the bigger ones are that people think that, yes, just make it bring some subsidy. Even if you are bringing about 10%, 20%, 30%, or at maximum 40% subsidy, that if I'm going to buy a 50 kg of MPK, which is in the market maybe 450 Ghana, and if I can get it to buy around maybe 300 Ghana, that would be good for me as a farmer. So that's what the farmers are calling for. And I've joined the farmers in this light and thinking that to be able to deal with the issues, because the issue even came to light and the warring systems came because they said that 40,000 bags of fertilizer to be distributed among vulnerable groups, peasant farmers. And that is what sparked the whole issue. They felt that is highly inadequate. Even if you want to go by just 4 bags per acre.
But at least if you started distributing what you have, you'd have the noise will be less, right?
Yeah, but you know, sometimes a majority will be out of the bracket in terms of distribution. We have tried this and it didn't help much. So that's why we are saying that making an open listen, bring the subsidy concept, so that people who can afford should go and afford. Those who cannot even afford, at least identify them and then support them in that manner. But to open up, because somebody has we have people who have almost about 500 acres. There's no way you can give them free fertilizer to be able to deal with their farms.
Okay.
And also, let me end by saying that the farmers are further crying because I think that in last crop season, we've all seen that commodity prices really dropped. to the extent that farmers cannot sell one bag of maize to buy fertilizer. And that's why they are calling for government to come to their aid. So clearly that it's an appeal we are making to government, and I'm sure the president and the ministers, they are both listening, and they will take steps to be able to make sure that
it's a serious matter when the member of the government is joining us to make their appeal.
No, that is our plight. That's our plight. As much as we are striking the balance between food, bringing down food inflation, and also keeping the farmers on their farms.
We definitely will continue, but Director, Honorable, thank you for staying. You are the true lawyer. Thank you for staying with me.
So what are we getting for being lawyer?
You have the time.
Let's also congratulate you for
the time.
Giving us the time.
I always do. Don't do that, Director. So anyway, please stay. We have more. But this July, Ghana will host global energy leaders and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIPCON 2026, on the theme, Building a Resilient Downstream, Policy, Innovation and Investments for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of Ghana, will be the distinguished guest of honor. Speakers include Honorable Dr. John Abdullah Jinapo, Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Mr. Godwin Kujotamaklo, CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Patrick Ofori, CEO of Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, and Dr. Rivers Inopon is CEO of Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. The date, July 16 to 17, 2026, 8 a.m. each day. The venue, Palms Convention Center at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. And the event will be climaxed with the Downstream Awards and Gala Night happening on July 18 at 6 p.m. at Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel, Accra. You can register now at www.gipcon.com or call 0558 223 678 0558 223 678. Please stay with us more on the show. Thank you so much for staying with us. Let's spend the last few minutes of the show on the University of Ghana. And so they have the Student Experience Conference coming up. And I'm joined in studio by Labi Ofori Richmond, UG SRC President. Sadiq Abubakar is GRASAC UG President as well. And Joanna Omabo is Coordinator Special Programs and Projects at UG. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in studio.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. I was asking my friend back before we came on live that how did you win? How did you win? They just voted. What was the one message you said that they believed?
Oh, it was just about the provision of lockers at the examination centers.
Okay. You had a real challenge with that. Yes. And have you started providing it?
Yes, I've been in touch with the Academic Affairs Directorate, so we've made a lot of progress on that.
Okay. Okay, I hear that usually you people specialize in voting for fine boys. Okay, anyway, so for project coordinator, tell me exactly what the conference is about, student conference. What is it about?
All right, so good morning to you and good morning to your viewers. We're happy to be here. So tomorrow, June 17th, the University of Ghana is convening a landmark conference, and this is a Student Experience Conference. MFA, you agree with me that universities worldwide are intensifying their systems to be able to ensure that they provide excellent services to the students. And so as a university, and in fact the premier university of Ghana, we deem it fit to organize the Student Experience Conference, which is going to host a number of institutions, not just University of Ghana staff, faculty, and students, but we have about 20 other institutions joining us on campus tomorrow at the CD Conference Center to deliberate on ways of ensuring that we enhance the experience that students receive as members of the university community.
Okay, so President, is this something that happens every year, or this is a bespoke event that's the university?
This is the maiden edition.
Okay,
we are looking forward to making it an annual program, but this is the maiden edition, the first of its kind.
But I thought UG is UG. Why do you need this conference? What do you want to enhance again?
I think from time to time, things evolve, things change. And as such, there's the need for institutions to also adapt their strategies and then their ways. That's why this conference is coming together to bring staff, students, faculty all together to air their opinions, air their suggestions, so that it will aid in making better policies for UG. Like you said, UG is UG. You have extremely good policies. But like I said, the society is evolving. As such, there's a need for all of us to dialogue and then find ways of improving University of Ghana to meet the evolving standards.
Okay, but Sadiq, for GRASAC, why do you concern yourself with this?
Thank you very much. So, as Labi rightly said, as society is evolving and the student needs keeps on changing, you see, the experience is not only about the classroom work or the lecture hall works. It goes beyond the lecture hall because every student is looking at where the university support the students in terms of other support systems and then the administrative systems that can enhance the student's experience on campus. Now, UG is always on the media because of accommodation issues.
Yeah.
Aside that, nothing else. So, so UG is trying to see whether is it only the accommodation issue that students are always fighting for, or there's any other needs that they need to understand to give us a better experience. UG is looking at how they can have students feel better, valued right from admission to graduation.
Okay.
That they can form part of the alumni in good standard of the university. Because UG is now looking at how they can be able to retain the alumni in good standards, where they can help the students and support the university to grow better. Okay. So at least, you can, if you're not part of it, you can also affiliate yourself with us to come to the conference and come and see how best we want to do our things and how best we want to give the students better experience on campus.
Okay. Let me go back to Richmond. I'll come to you, Joanna. So do you have a few of the policies you're likely to discuss already? Have you sampled opinions, or all of this will happen tomorrow? You're going to hear first time, the needs of students?
Okay, you see, over the time, there are concerns that I've heard which are going to determine what I'm going to say tomorrow. But I think it would be best I give the students themselves the opportunity to, channel their grievances and then their issues to management themselves. Oftentimes, they channel their issues through the SRC and hope we get it to management. But I'm very happy this experience conference is about to happen. This gives them the opportunity to meet management firsthand and then channel their issues to themselves. Like I said, there are things that I'm going to say, but I think it's best to give the students themselves the opportunity.
I definitely want to hear from you because it can be very overwhelming for management, right? How many students are you expecting tomorrow?
From University of Ghana or in total?
In total?
In total, expecting about 600 to 700 students.
That can be a lot for management, right? So maybe they're going to fall back on you as the president to, drill it down. What are some of the things that you need to address?
So some of the issues, as Sadiq rightly mentioned, that's to do with the accommodation issues and then the cost of accommodation on campus. Another one, I think, also has to do with transportation on campus, which the SRC is also working to, bring more buses to campus to break the monopoly that the transport unions already have. Once there's monopoly, you are the only price determinant in the system. So once you're able to have more transport available, it breaks the monopoly and then prices become fair. You're also looking at ways in which you can improve our scholarship. Already the student financial aid is doing very well, which I'd like to commend them on. But you're looking at expanding our scholarship scheme to be able to accommodate more students to, offer financial assistance to billion but needy students.
Okay.
These are very few. I think if we'd like to hear the rest, then I'll invite you to attend the conference tomorrow so you hear the rest over there.
So come and hear the rest there. Okay, so you say that it's not just for students, because I'm not a student. I can come. Faculty.
Staff, even you can come.
A friend of the faculty or a friend of somebody who attended the school.
Oh, you can come. It's open to everybody. So you can.
Okay, Joanna, after the conference tomorrow, what do? You use your white paper? How are you intending to move after?
Yes, so great question, Emefa. And that has been one of the key highlights of discussions of the planning committee. So we don't just want to go there and talk about all the other issues that can help to build holistic, experience for the students. And in fact, if you permit me, I just wanted to add briefly that beyond looking at the services, enhancing the services, we want to also discuss as part of the breakout sessions, school to career transitioning. And we would also look at thriving holistically, and then daring to create, which has a focus on entrepreneurship as well. So all of these issues we believe are critical. So we don't just look at the services that are rendered to students, but we are looking at beyond the services. How are they faring? How are they thriving? What ideas are they having, to contend with? And how can the university help to build their dreams together with them? And so these are all things that we are looking at, working together on. And so after we have discussed all of this at the conference, we put together the report. It's going to scale up to management, and then we would look at all the issues that have come out of it and begin to action them accordingly. This is to say also that the university hasn't waited for this opportunity to begin to act. As the SRC president rightly mentioned, some of these things have been brought to the fore, and management is already looking at it. But what this conference does, which is unique, is that we are bringing other universities around.
Okay.
And so
what will the other universities, what role will they play?
Great. So the other universities are coming on board so that we share ideas, we co-create the knowledge, because the challenges that the UG students are facing are not peculiar. They are challenges that other universities across the country are facing. So we have public universities coming, private universities coming, and they are all going to be sharing their experiences as to how they are managing specific issues and how they are making gains out of it, so that we learn from each other and build each other. So across the country, we are looking at scaling up, student experience.
That's good then. This is right under your, I should say, umbrella because of the role that you play. How are you intending to bring other universities and to at least achieve what Joanna has been saying?
Okay, so thank you very much. So as Joanna rightly said, looking at student experience, UG want to set the pace where globally or even the country, those universities can also pick up the same pace to ensure that students from various universities also have that kind of better experiences. So we are inviting students from other, for example, UCC is coming, Innocentia and other universities are coming to share their experience on campus. What they think that the management also need to enhance on their campus to give them better experience.
Okay.
So we could share experiences and see how best holistically we can enhance student experience on Ghanaian universities.
I hear a breakout session. Did I hear that?
Yes.
What form and shape will that take?
So there are 4 breakout sessions. So when we are registering, then the 2 sessions will belong to. But see, the key one that I also recommend is about the mental health of the students session and also the entrepreneurship session. UG has an entrepreneurship and innovation hub at the university where we try to help students to grow their own ideas and also, nurture them and also try to.
How has that been? Successful?
A lot. We have one of our key speakers is a beneficiary of this kind of innovation hub.
And MFR, it's interesting to note that 15 of the students are actually going to put up exhibitions. And so the businesses that they have, nurtured right from school, some of them are out of school, and like you rightly mentioned, the one who is going to handle the entrepreneurship session is actually one of such beneficiaries. And they are all coming on board to exhibit. So it will not be just the regular talk show, but you would see people who have actually benefited from some of this, processes that have been engineered by the University of Ghana. As we said, this can be scaled up through other campuses of the universities across, so that we have a beautiful experience for students in Ghana.
So, President, what time is it tomorrow and where again?
Registration and all starts around 8:30. And it's happening at the City Conference Center in the University of Ghana campus.
Okay, it's a whole day event, isn't it?
Basically, it starts around 8 a.m. to somewhere around 3. So basically the whole day.
When you say management, is it all departments in the school will be duly represented, or what you've carefully selected?
No, so we have extended invitation to all and sundry. So faculty, staff, students are represented at this very conference.
Okay, is it free?
Absolutely free. No cost.
Yes.
In fact, a lot has gone into it, so I'm happy you're asking whether it's free or not. It's absolutely free of charge.
Just
all you need to do is to register, show up, participate, and let's hear your voices as we work to strengthen.
I think you need to let everybody understand that the University of Ghana has 5 strategic priorities.
Okay.
And the first one is transformative student experience.
Precisely.
So you should know that the University of Ghana has students at heart. Give them a better experience.
We are intentional and deliberate about student experience.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me take your final words, President. You can speak on behalf of them. Yeah.
All right. So I think I'd like to use this opportunity to invite all of us sundry to attend this conference, because there's not going to be like any other regular conference that's been made. The outcome of this conference, to a very large extent, is going to determine the kind of policies that University of Ghana will be making henceforth. So I encourage staff, faculty, other university students to all attend, and let's all put our voices together, put our suggestions together, and then from there, let's make very good and excellent policies for the University of Ghana.
Okay. I see somebody wish to respond to us. Okay, quickly.
Yes, thank you so much. So we couldn't have pulled this off without the generous donation of our sponsors, and so I'd like to acknowledge them briefly. UG Press, we are grateful. CD Conference Center through the Department of Economics, we are grateful. UGEL, Infoni, Jamrock, Didi Jollof, and the Office of the Student Affairs, we are grateful for the support that you have given us to be able to pull this off. So join us tomorrow at the CD Conference Center. It's the Maiden UG Student Experience Conference.
I heard something jollof. Why are you sharing food tomorrow? You share food?
Yes.
It's going to be
I know you should start this job said a long time.
It's an all-day affair. We don't want participants to be hungry, so we are making enough provision for snack and lunch as well. So, I mean, come there, rest assured that you'll be fully taken care of.
You're speaking to me. Anyway, thank you so much. Richard, Joanna, and Sadiq, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's how we wrap the show. My name is Emma Fakosi Aditi. Thank you for joining. I'll see you at 12 for the midday bulletin. Stay well.